She watched her.
We go.
Here
We're
we
going
are.
on the internet.
Yeah, we're live on the internet with the
Hello,
worst
internet.
camera quality.
Hello.
Oh,
That's
hello
right.
everybody, and welcome to Tomes of the Multiverse, Session 3. This is a tour into Exandria, our weekly D&D live stream talking about that wonderful critical world called Exandria. Before the Call of the Netherdeep book comes out in March. We are in the fucking final countdown, motherfuckers. Before we begin, my name is Liv. I am the friendly neighborhood dungeon master. With me, I have Jack, Liam,
Hello.
Vince, and Kristen, and we're going to play this game. Just a few things before we start. If you don't finish this video while we're live, then you can catch it on our YouTube channel on Friday.
Poggers?
We're fucking poggers. We're falling apart already.
This YouTube video.
But
Sorry, Kristen just said the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life before we went live, and I was doing it.
show of hands in the chat. Do you think Abuela and Kanto should have gotten crushed by the house instead? Because I do. I think Kristen's absolutely right.
Mercilessly.
I'm on some shit. You guys just can't handle it.
Got fucking crushed.
I do like the videos where it's like the house having more character than everyone else.
You guys,
Then fucking Louisa just goes off, and it's like, how's that for pressure?
that should have ended.
Just let's
the
go
channel
with all
should
this
fire
built-up pressure.
Under pressure.
All right.
I love Happy Feet too.
So while we wait for the Call of the Netherdeep book to come out, I have given all my players permissions to change subclasses and change spells if they weren't, or abilities that they weren't typically allowed to do on the daily. Instead, they can do it at the end of each session before the book comes out. As soon as we start getting into the material of the book, everything is locked in like normal, and we continue because we will be at level 3 in the foreseeable future. Other than that, how y'all doing tonight? How are my friends doing tonight?
Fantastic.
I'm just living. I'm living with the information I now have of
Abuela dying in
and Louisa just letting out a fucking cry. Just seeing her abuser get crushed by a magical house. fucking Wizard of Oz style. You're like Peter hanging out the end.
Instead of the socks rolling up, it's all of Abuela's limbs rolling up.
Yeah.
Like a spider?
Like a spider.
All bad. All
the bones decaying rapidly.
Oops, all bad.
Oops, so bones.
I loved Encanto. I just think Abuela got off with too much life. No.
I just think it's bad because she lived at the end.
She did.
Why is that weird to say?
You gesture to death. I just think it's neat.
I just think it's neat.
Oh my
I just wish when Disney would kill their villains.
Oh my god. I wouldn't go as far as saying Abuela's a villain.
Company, that fucker got run over by a subway train.
Okay, and with that said, let's take a tour into Exandria. So, when we last left our adventurers, they had gotten attacked by a doppelganger posing as the coin master in the farming community of Blumenthal. They had dispatched him quite easily, blowing my expectations and making me reevaluate my life. But in an effort to go and present their findings, which was a book with some tax information and a few letters discussing the intent and how they were going to do it on the tithe collection day by initials K.A. Upon arriving in the capital kingdom of Rexingtrum, they found their way through the many different wards up into the Shimmer Ward, where Castle Ungark resides. You found your way in and talked to Prime Arbiter Sidnock Truskin, the kind of lawmaster of the Dwendalian Empire, who shooed his his guards away so he could talk a little more candidly and say that the initials that that you found could be in reference to Kai Arnez, the one of the council members, a guild master by title, and said that if you were to kind of complete your quest and get your earnings, that you should go and find proper evidence of his involvement in this. You also found that June Weiston, the now former ergonomist of the council as well, has been arrested under these charges of attempted assassination. With not a trial date set, you guys are kind of up in the air, but you do know that she is one of the for the people kind of council members, and this is kind of a great hit, the fact that she is behind bars currently. But with a possible plan, that is where we left off. So, with the day in the foreseeable future, what would you guys like to do?
Around, like, what time is it?
I'm gonna say it's probably about 4 or 5 in the evening.
Okay, so we're getting near the end of it.
Yes, this is. I've concluded a date. I just don't have a year. So this is the 9th of Sindenstar on Ulyssin.
Yeah, those
I'll
are
remember that.
Love those words.
okay.
I wish they
So, should we look for a place to stay, or should we just head right for this guild and try to get that done as soon as we
The
can?
guild might be a place to stay.
That's
If we
true.
join the guild, they'll let us sleep there.
Maybe. I'll just sleep in a barn.
That wasn't that bad.
I thought we'd sleep in a garden somewhere.
No, I meant there's no barns around. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
I can literally sleep anywhere.
Yeah.
To the guild.
Starwipe.
Who is gonna helm the investigation to find the guild?
The 2 robots, the drow, or the tiefling?
I got a +3.
I'm probably much less conspicuous than the rest of you, and that's saying a lot.
You're just very sunny dispositioned tiefling. Why is that weird that you're less conspicuous?
No, I'm just saying you're a drow and they're robots, so
Yes.
just
It's not that
saying.
weird. It's not that weird.
I'm probably like the most normal out of all of us, and that's saying a lot.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Go ahead.
So you can
Yeah.
either, if you were looking by yourself with nothing like going on, you can make an investigation check, or if you'd like to start asking around, it will be just a basic charisma check. It's your choice.
Oh, I do like charisma. What's the name of the guild again? Did we catch that at all?
You didn't catch a name.
It's just all the guilds.
Lovely. Yeah, all the guilds.
I
Oh,
guess-
well,
I-
if he's
I
in the
guess we can
tangles,
ask-
we can start looking around there.
Yeah, I guess we could ask for the guild of Kai Arsen.
I don't know if we should ask directly.
Or Arnas, sorry.
Arnas. Well, that might
Arnold.
work. That might work. Let me ask around.
Then make a
Uh,
charisma check.
I'll look around and see what I see.
Look
around.
That would be a 15.
A 15. I'm just.
Not bad, not bad.
I love that we all just broke out into Hamilton right there.
Gosh, I'm such a feeder, kids.
God, fuck! Theater kids! Oh!
Oh, no!
No! We just lose all our subscribers. Wait a minute, we're watching theater
I
kids.
hit a
We only
scene and
theater
we're
kids
suddenly
here
in
to
a
live.
fucking Denny's, like,
Ew.
after Hamilton Jr. performance.
Don't tell.
And I think that's when I realized that I'd never gained the respect of my father. Just talking about, like, no personal shit at 3 a.m. having a fucking grand slam. Just like, you hit that note really well. And yeah, I just accepted. that my parents aren't my family.
Getting too personal.
Anyways,
Ooh.
Sorry,
you
it's
better
no
write
way
down
we're
this
getting crushed
fucking
by the house, I
timestamp,
guess.
Kristen. This is
We're
this is
already.
clip gold.
It was a 15.
15. You
Wait, the roll.
find an individual on the road. And he's a dwarven man, and he goes, you can, if you're looking to find like the guild or any kind of guild, you can go to the guild hold. It's over in the Tangles, and then you'll find it in Vigil Circle.
Sorry, you totally glitched out. What did you say?
Fucking
Oh, free pistol.
I don't like it here.
You can find the guild hall in the Tangles in Vigil Circle.
In Vigil Circle. And that's where all the guilds are?
Well, you're not from around here, are you?
No.
Okay, just go to the guild hall. They'll show you there.
Thank you.
He leaves.
And he departs quickly.
Departs. Leave.
Yeah, looking behind him.
He was very nice. Okay, let's go.
Why was he running? What did you say to him?
He had a black glove on. He's carrying an enormous bag with a dollar sign on it.
We see
I don't know. He
guards
seems like he
pursuing.
was in a hurry.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Can you give us directions? Yeah, sure.
I'm in the middle of something.
I hope he gets to where he's going.
I hope so too. He seemed really genuine.
He's already there.
You see all the guards just like land on him.
Yep,
Gold.
there he goes.
Okay, so the guild hall in the Tangles. Sorry, what was its name? I got carried away by little dwarf man.
Robbery. It wasn't like it was named. It was just the guild hall, but it resides in Vigil Circle. And when you make your way down, the Tangles is kind of the area where the middle class sits. So a lot of the houses are nicer, still pieces like paint chipping and stuff like that, but there's a modest kind of like guard presence around here, and everyone's kind of in the process of making their way home for the day or switching off shifts in various capacity. There is like a hi Merc. There is a cultural kind of melting point here in this area, as it's mostly a lot of like humans, dwarves, and like halflings, but they are all like different walks of lives depending on like performance or ostentatious like presentations, but they don't particularly all blend together as people. Like there is like a lot of differences in how they present themselves. Specifically, when you find your way to Vigil Circle, you find that it's like kind of like a market area. Like there's different like thing. Like it's a network of different like circular ring streets that lead back in on each other, and it's filled with different like various shops or industries. So it's not like a residential area, and it's not like this whole area is specific to one shop or something like that. It's a bunch of different like market areas or different businesses, regardless of like their intent, kind of thing. It's not like you're gonna find like Walmart and grocery shop adjacent stuffs in one area. It's gonna be like a Walmart and then like a Best Buy, and then you're gonna find like a Mr. Lube kind of in the area. It's gonna be just a bunch of different things.
And like 3 mattress stores.
Three mattress stores, which is weird because a mattress is an investment, and you should only need one for like 10 plus years.
Yeah, it's crazy how that happens.
Yeah.
Why do they have a buy one get one for that half price deal? Why would anyone need that?
Why would anyone need a buy one get one for?
Yeah,
They sell
that's why
in
I'm
packages of 4, but box springs in packages of 6.
Yeah.
Then they
Build
ask
your own.
then they ask if you need new bedding, and then you go like, no, I've got plenty of bedding at home. But then you get the mattress, and it just doesn't fit any sheets that you have. So you have to go out
just
and
not
buy
the
some.
same.
And of course, you didn't buy it with the mattress, so now it's exponentially way more money. Like God.
And it's the same dude too, so he's just like,
He's like,
I told you so.
And then you have to deal with the "I told you so" and the fact that it's like triple the price. Like, so this is one of the many conversations you hear in Rexington street.
From us?
People's problems here sound so weird.
Yep.
But eventually you find a large building that looks like vaguely like an inn, but has like a different atmosphere. Where the outside is very like the outside, even in the tangles, like the streets of Rexington, there is this like uptight stiffness to a lot of people, just being this close to the crown, of just this stiff uncomfortableness of like possibility, like tragic possibility. But when you enter into this guild hall, it's a little more lively, a little more relaxed in nature. There is a lot of people drinking, eating, having a good time, but yeah, there's a variety of different peoples in here. The main floor has kind of like a bar in the back set of it, and a lot of the tables aren't round tables, they're like bench seating, so like a long table with like benches on each side, kind of like a big picnic table. There's a couple fireplaces around that are lit and kind of like pumping in the heat, but the bodies around here are also kind of bringing up the humidity as well in here. It smells like alcohol, but not like stale, shitty, like dive bar kind of area. And a lot of people are having conversations just about the day end, like their days in perspective kind of thing. Above this, there's a few staircases that lead up into what seem to be shallow, like inn rooms here, for whatever possibility, maybe traveling artisans of some capacity. And there's a few different doors on the bottom floor here as well. Yeah, that is what you see. Welcome to the guild hall.
Wow, that's crazy. The whole thing is the guild hall?
Yeah.
Or like where people are drinking. Oh, that's so
This building that you're in is the whole of the guild hall.
Wow.
The floor
Okay.
is sticky.
What?
The floor is sticky.
Why is it sticky?
I don't know.
I choose to ignore that.
I
Um,
don't know if Peter's ever or Vince has ever been in a bar before.
one sticky foot after the other.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
This is difficult terrain.
Absolutely. I'm assuming there's like a bartender or maybe some waiters.
Oh yeah, there's a few like bartenders up by the bar. There's two. One, they're both human. They are both male. One is shaved head. The other is like deep, like thick hair that's pulled up and then kind of has like frizz at the end. But they kind of just go about their businesses, slinging drinks and taking food off of like the classic like open back kitchen window, like
Nice.
diner vibe that they're setting in front, and people come and take their food and walk away. There is a woman who looks immediately out of place, but she is beautiful. She has long black hair in like curls that come down. She's wearing a dress that is strapless, but has like the kind of like decorative, but not really helping, like kind of cuffed sleeve on the outside. Low kind of cut, like V shape down through her chest. Kind of a bit of like sparkle up. Long like gown, not like poofy wide gown, but like just enough to kind of give... to kind of not give away her shape of her body. But she kind of like walks through, like nodding and talking to different people as they're saying hello to her and everything, and she kind of walks through.
So she looks very comfortable here.
She looks very comfortable here.
Okay.
She looks out of place, but very comfortable here.
Oh, she looks intimidating.
Why?
Nothing. I'm going to go to the bar.
Okay. What can I get for you?
Hi.
Bald head like shines in the lantern light. Like he's got the gap tooth. His
Lovely.
clothing is like really nicely pressed, unlike the other dudes. Is a little like mussed and almost like he's just like profusely sweating. But this guy looks like very pristine.
Nice.
What can I get for you today?
Hi. I was just looking for directions.
Sure.
So, like, we're looking to join a guild.
Okay, well, this is a good start.
This is a fantastic first step, I've heard. But we kind of missed the name of the guild. We're just looking for the person who runs it. Kai Arness. Heard that it's a great guild, and we were told that we should join. And, like, that's so cool, right?
Well, I don't know who would specifically give Kai Arnez's name like that. He doesn't run a guild. He's the guild master.
I thought that
the
was the
crown.
same thing.
No, there's always there's a bunch of different guilds that are operated, and they operate out of this here building. But he more oversees a lot of it. But I mean, if you're looking to join, then you can talk to Gianni. Yeah, and he waves, and that woman waves over, and she, with depth steps, kind of walks over and goes, "Good evening. What can I do for you? I trust that our company can treat you kindly with some respect, young lady. What can I do for you today?"
Oh, well, same thing as I told him. We're here. We were told that the best place to join a guild was here. And we were told about Mr. Kai Arness, and we were thinking, oh, that would be a great place to start. But then I was told to talk to you.
So you're looking to part of a guild. What specific specialties are you looking to include?
Like our skills?
Yes. Are you a construction worker? Are you some kind of arcanist? Are you looking to be a seeker? Do you have something in mind, like a chef, perhaps?
Oh, we specialize in the arcane. Well, I do have a friend who likes to kick and punch things, but mostly arcane things.
Okay. So are you looking for researching guilds then, like a grant kind of specialization?
I mean, that seems like a lot of guilds to be available. If we're going that specific, we kill things.
So you want to be a seeker then?
Sure.
Make a performance check. You're not deceiving her, but you're also not forthcoming. You're just
I have no idea.
You're just trying to present yourself in a way.
Oh dear. What is it?
It's a natural one.
Oh my god.
The night begins.
I don't even physically know how you would fully fail this with a nat one. So I think she just goes, "Listen, young lady, if someone's holding you to this, this line of work is not for everyone. You should probably just go and stick to whatever kind of day job you have." But it was incredibly nice to meet you. You are a very beautiful young lady.
Mal's gonna lean down to Pask and just go "She look okay? Vashti's sweating. Oh,
I shed a little tear.
You shed one little tear.
She said this lady looked intimidating. I don't know what context. She's intimidating.
But
she looks fancy. Should we go help her?
She goes, but you
I
are.
think she's got this. I think she's got this.
She goes, but you are more than welcome to sit and have drinks and do as you like. But I must be off. And she begins to circulate the room again.
I don't have a job.
Is there any
I don't have
way,
a job.
as we're standing, like obviously Vasti was like probably ahead of us, a little separate from us. Is there any way that like Peter could go towards this woman?
Okay.
And
You make your way
like,
towards her.
I'm gonna do it like almost like a "we're not with her" sort of deal, just because I hopefully the woman did clock her as with
Yeah.
us.
I'll just like cry at the bar.
Yeah, okay, do your thing.
Can I like go and console her? Like it's okay. Like that is being the face not working.
I've never been told no by anybody.
Oh, honey, welcome to the world.
That was really shitty of her.
Why was it shitty? Wait, what happened?
All I asked was like for like. Apparently, there's like a whole bunch of guilds.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a
They
whole bunch
told
of
us
guilds.
they told us that.
I don't pay attention sometimes,
Then
Pask.
why are we using you as the face?
Anyways.
Wait a minute.
Well, okay, so then what do we do? Like, did they not just
Oh,
like
you're
accept
here.
adventurers?
No, listen. No, I was there. I was talking to her, and I said, you know, like me and my friends, we like kill things. Is there a guild for that? And then she said, go back to your day job, and this might not be for you.
Yeah,
But
it's
I
almost
don't
like
have
you
a day
don't.
job.
It's almost like you don't give the air that you are, no offense, capable of killing things.
That's ridiculous. You quenched
all I do.
a house of fire in like a second. She doesn't know shit about you.
Yeah. What he said.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking first. This is a town of first glances. This is yours.
Is it because I'm cute?
Yes.
You guys, look. You guys, there's a thought in your head as this is happening where you guys go, Where's Peter? And you guys
Oh,
watch
no,
as
we took
Peter
her
has,
I can't lie.
and you go, and
Wandered
she turns
over.
to you, and she seems to be like immediately taken back at your pure presence, and she goes, "Hello."
Hello, my name is Peter, designation Epsilon.
Oh dear.
She takes your hand and shakes it gently, and she goes, "Are you lost?"
No, I'm exactly where I need to be.
Okay.
You got
I
this.
had a-
You
I
got this.
had a
Just sell
question.
us.
I had a question.
Just sell
Um,
the brand.
I am currently on a self-finding journey, if that is a way to put it, and I think my talents lie most in the art of killing things. I was told to come here, and if there is any way that I could utilize those skills to assist the general populace, that would be great. If there was a guild in that field, can you please point me in the direction of how I might attain status there?
Make a persuasion check.
Sure.
I'll say
I have a point of...
persuasion or intimidation.
Well, they're both -2 anyways, so I'm just gonna... I have a point of inspiration to give myself advantage, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure. If you want to roll one more time and take the higher, then yeah.
Okay. The one was good, so 18 minus 2. I'm gonna do this as a... They're both -2, so I guess I call this persuasion because he's not trying to be intimidating. So 16.
Okay.
Oh,
She goes,
Okay.
okay, so you wish to be a seeker. Where
It's like,
You
this seems very familiar.
are such a curious construct. You say this is a self-finding mission?
Yeah, well, part of it. I believe everyone is trying to find themselves in their own way, and I think me utilizing my fists and my intellect, well, it's not really intellect. I feel a lot, and I can use my feelings to kill.
Okay, you're such a interesting construct. Do you have a master at all?
Well, they're all dead, but my friends do join me.
Who are your friends?
And I point back to the group with the crying bash.
Do we all have like deer in headlight syndrome? We're all just like.
Malways. She goes, this is suddenly starting to make a lot more sense. Okay, and she walks
Oh no, he's
with
pointing
you,
at us.
Peter, back towards you all.
Oh my god.
She goes, good evening.
Pete, what did you say?
He was
I
just,
said I can kill things with feelings.
Yeah,
he was
that's
just
what I was.
Not the worst.
explaining to me that you are interested in joining a guild.
Yes.
And your skills are apparently good for the seeker positions. It's a little more free form, but if that is something you are all interested in, that is something we can get the paperwork for.
Would be fantastic, frankly.
All right, then come with me.
Okay.
I can't believe the robot's resume got accepted when I got rejected immediately. This feels like a real life job search.
Don't.
You
pull on
can't
that
sue
one.
this
You
one
hand
either.
them yours, and they're just like, "Thank you so much."
Hey,
Yeah,
you want
sorry.
to know the real kicker? You can't sue this one either.
I haven't
Oh.
sued anybody yet. Just you wait.
I want the record to know, Kristen, that was not me making that joke.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry, I'll kill you later.
Okay, good.
She guides you from the main kind of floor down the hallway a little bit out of the kind of bar area and into a back room where there seems to be like some various offices or like meeting rooms and such. And she guides you over to a nice, comfortable chamber where she kills you all. No.
Damn.
Oh
That happened.
Like,
Oh, she totally has, like, she's on to us 100%.
and she kind of steps into a nice, like, nicely decorated office, like oak table, big long back chair with like a blanket draped over the back of it. She's got like a bookshelf and different kind of like filing areas, a nice array of chairs and like couches in here for like a more languished meetings. And she kind of sets into her chair and motions for y'all to sit down. She goes, so, if you are interested in joining the guild hall as a whole, normally you would sign up to be a portion of the guild. The guild is typically used if you are starting a business, creating a service, or joining said, like a currently already established business or service. So if you are, for example, wanting to open a shop, then that would be that. Or if you were to be like an oil refiner or like an ore refinery, then that would be something. That would be a service like that. Something that would go under the
Oil
guild.
refinery.
An oil refinery. Just like in
I
the
was
middle of
imagining
Rexington,
like I was like, I would like to put a rig right here. I mean, it's just
Like in the middle
We're
of
gonna frack
Rexington.
outside of Rexington. Like everyone's sink that doesn't have plumbing still breathes fire. Like
beautiful.
So we can't join unless we have
no, you can join
like
if
a
you,
business.
You can join. You can join a guild under
Yeah.
the rightful banner if you are wanting to start a business, or if you were
Okay.
joining a current business.
Okay.
But your friend, and she motions to Vashti, has kind of made it seem that you are not in those categories, and your construct friend has made mention that you have skills in killing.
Mercenary work is such a
And
nice
She
way
means
of
you, Peter.
putting it.
Oh,
and,
that.
and that basically kind of refers you into the seeker position. So for those who are not starting a business or a service, There is a seeker, which anyone who needs something specifically that is already portioned to, like in the guild, either within that business or that service, can post wants or needs into the guild hall, and it cycles through me, and then I can hand out different business contracts to the seekers, which would be you all, upon which you are basically hired mercenary work, but with a little more stability.
Oversight.
Stability. You would still have to pay fees and taxes like any other guild member, but it's a little more free from you make your own hours, because you only have to accept it when you feel like you need to, but you would still have to at least pay your guild fees and taxes for money that you make.
Pyramid scheme.
You can be your own boss.
Okay. Okay, how do we get jobs?
Well, you just come in to me and you speak to me, and then I will find a task that is appropriate for you all, and then you go about that, bring back what is needed, or do the task that is needed, and then come back and receive payment. And that's it.
Is there a competitive nature to this at all with other seekers?
No one is given the same task twice, unless it's exponential, but we more encourage team displayed to make investments in time more lucrative. Don't want to send two people out on half-cocked journeys when they can just work together.
Would we be working with other individuals occasionally then?
Only if you so choose to.
Okay, fair enough.
Does this come with a place to stay?
You may stay in the guild hall, so long as you are here. Yes.
Oh.
What?
But so you can stay in the guild hall as long as your guild fees are up to date and you've taken on a task within the month.
That is the other point. What is the rate and fee at that rate?
So, and she shuffles out some paperwork as she's doing this, like 4 different contracts and like a copy of them all, kind of thing. She says, due on the 1st of Fulson of each month is a 10 gold guild fee, like a mandatory guild fee from each of you. So for your group, 40 gold pieces to maintain your guild membership.
Okay.
A 10% portion of the payment through each contract is deducted from your each mission, and that payment is to be if you accept payment directly from the individual, then that payment would need to be made within 3 days of completion. But if it comes through us, then we will just take the 10% off, and then finally, twice a year. You will be taxed 25% of all your commissions.
That's like a lot.
This is just nonsense to Mal, but
yeah, absolutely
Leo,
it is. You're
I
Yeah,
fucking
same.
hate this. I hate this as an idea, but as Mal, it's just like
Peter right now is just like in his head on repeat. Gold can be traded for goods and services. That's all he's thinking.
What would be like the average, like if we were to take a quest or a job, how much would we be seeing when we're starting?
It depends on what you're willing to take on. More considered dangerous quests, ones that take you outside of Rexingtrum or even outside of the Dwendalian Empire's range, will garner you more gold. But for stuff in town, you might see a smaller deposit, such as like from anywhere from 250 gold pieces to below.
Oh, that's not bad.
Not bad
That can
at
be
all.
traded for goods and services.
That can be
Yes,
traded
it
for goods and
can.
services. Oh, and we can go
I
see
want that on a
Tesla.
shirt. I want Peter on a shirt saying that.
Our non-existent merch store
Hey.
coming soon.
Non-existent.
It doesn't exist yet, Jack.
Oh.
We'll make a Teespring. It's fine.
Yeah, we'll make a Teespring, whatever. Find us on Redbubble. Okay. Sorry, group huddle, I guess. So, like, are we gonna do it, or like?
We just whispering on the couch, like
Yeah,
5 feet from her.
absolutely. Yeah, we're on the casting couch. Are we? So, like,
Dang.
we're gonna you're gonna sign on.
Here's the thing: if we sign on, at least we have another way of making money if this all goes to shit. Either way, we have to buy some time until we can figure this out.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
So,
We only have a
yes.
few days, though.
I
There
turn
was no
back
set
to the
time
woman
limit.
and I go, "What if we want to just stop? Like, are we allowed to leave?"
Oh yeah, you can default on your payments and sign yourself out. Yeah, you do not have to
that
necessarily be a
works.
part of this.
Okay,
Though if
cool.
you make any business money in if you sign on to any kind of business and make money through that, you will still be taxed
Okay.
by the crown.
Yeah, that makes 100% sense. I mean, group huddle again. I mean, it sounds like we can leave whenever we want. So, like, I think we just ride this out and we get what we
Okay,
want.
that's pretty
And
good.
Just
I think that's good.
This is
Okay.
normal business stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you. This isn't super spy.
Really?
This is how. Yeah, this is pretty standard.
Oh, okay.
This isn't. I mean, it's still capitalism, but like,
Ugh. Okay.
no, this is there's nothing.
I don't know what
about
that
it.
word
It's-
means, but based on how it sounds, I date it.
It's really gross.
Um,
It sucks.
It's.
Can
All right,
Can
where
Drang-
do we
can Drang-
where do we sign?
can Drang do a little check to see if she's like
Who's
Drang?
entirely aware? I am not playing Drang. I've just been thinking about him.
You're
all
not
day.
Drang today.
Just had a long conversation about him. Can Pask make a check to see if she heard that?
Make an insight check.
All right, cool.
I was gonna say most likely because Peter has probably actually been saying this
Ooh.
back to her.
19.
What?
You've been what, Peter?
Honestly, he's probably been like, "Oh yeah, we're just discussing this, this, and that."
No!
Why would you say that?
Because he doesn't believe in keeping secrets.
You chaotic bitch, you. You can take an inspiration for that one.
Okay,
With
yeah,
a
no, he's just being
19
honest.
and a complete knowledge of Peter fucking malfunctioning if he lies, you can tell instantly she knows what the fuck you guys are talking about.
All right,
Peter.
cool. So, where do we sign? I guess because you know that we're interested. So,
No, like I've been interested this whole time. That's what I was saying earlier in
I
the
don't-
bar.
I think Drang can no longer make eye contact with this woman. He's
Who's
just
Drang?
like,
Drang.
Who's
I keep
Drang?
saying it. Sorry. Pask. Wrong character.
Oh my god.
New character,
Uh,
who
that's
dis?
a legitimate question for me. I don't know shit about this guy.
Drang is
Who
an
is he?
asshole. Don't worry about
Drang
it.
get here.
Drang is an asshole. Don't worry about
Pass.
it.
Pask cannot make eye contact with this woman at all.
The
He's just-
pages
he's
are set out. She has signed the bottom of each of them, and she hands you each a quill to sign.
Liv, quick question.
Yeah, what's up, dude?
Do I know how to write?
I was about to say the same thing.
Oh no.
Do you have an
My intelligence is 9.
Your intelligence is 9? Okay.
Yeah.
So there is a fear when you pick up the quill that you don't know, but something in you, something not guttural, but something just intrinsic to your being just goes, and you sign.
It's like dots
What
and
does it look
dashes.
like? What's it look like?
Okay.
Zeros
It's
and ones.
chicken scratch, but
Aw.
it says Mal on it.
Okay.
Aww.
When Peter signs, it's actually like it's almost like a printer exact like courier new font of epsilon, and then after that is an actual like signature of Peter.
Mal just sits like under his breath, just show off.
He's like the automatic like signature at the bottom of an email.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just sign Argent Pask.
All right.
How's it look? Is it neat?
That's pretty practiced. Like
Is it
he's
fancy?
done it quite a bit.
Okay.
Is it fancy?
It says Drang on it.
Drang Lacastra.
Sometimes
Drang appears in the corner, just T-posing.
To be fair, we play a lot of games,
Yeah, we play way too many.
and a lot of games fall through. So.
Does Vashti like paint her handprint?
Just like, no, she
just
was right.
Just a little flower, just stamp.
Yeah, just like dandelion, just smear it. No, Vashti knows how to write, guys.
I wasn't saying she didn't. I just thought she was too cool for it.
No, it's like
She's so quirky. That's Einstein.
So quirky.
So- Vashti is left-handed.
Ooh.
So she has to write really weird on the page so she doesn't smear the ink. It's very like kind of like a kindergartner wrote it.
Holding it like holding it in her fist.
Just like it's hard to write when you're left-handed and all you have are these
It's-
stupid quills, you know?
It's incredibly funny to me that you wrote like this because the Gianni Cortelli has to get you a whole new contract because a quill is
Can't be done
written
like that.
like downward. You can't drag to this like a lot. You can't go far. You can't move up. It's a lot of stroking like to the side and down. If you try and go up, you scrape the whole page. So when you write down, it just like a diagonal cut upward of just toward contract. And she goes, okay, and she pulls you out another
Sorry.
contract.
I'm used to using charcoal and stuff. I don't usually use quills. Okay. I try again, and I like weirdly hold it, and I try again.
Make a dexterity check.
Just more tears coming down. She's like, fuck.
I just want a job.
And all five of you, everyone,
This is coming out today.
all the five of you just stare down as Vashti just slowly. What is her dex?
I rolled an 11.
Okay.
It's shaky, but you
Yeah.
get there without a tear. And everyone you take a deep breath in, and everyone lets their breath out, and then she collects the contracts.
And we don't take psychic damage.
That's the end of the campaign.
Damage.
Hey!
Oh my god. So you guys are all. She goes, all right. So, that will be 10 gold from each of you, please.
I can cover 2 people.
Give me a second. Oh, okay, I'm good.
I have 10 gold to my name, and I put it on the desk.
All right.
I'm going to also give 10 gold.
Okay. she collects
Drang.
it.
You need me to fill in for
Who's
you,
Drang?
Pat?
Who's
No,
Drang?
I'm.
Who's
Who's
Drang?
You
Did I
said
say it
Drang
again?
Yes,
Yep.
who's
Yeah, you
on
did.
first,
Pass.
bitch? What are we
I don't
doing
I'm
here?
like looking at the character sheet. It's like Argent Pask. I don't know why this is messing me up today. I don't know what's
Whole
happening.
days.
Pask. Pask.
Don't get your drows
Argent
confused.
Pask. Da 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 da.
Jack, that's racist.
Dude, all drows look the same.
Oh my god.
So is gold handed over for Pask?
Yeah, I give 10 gold. I wince.
And Drang too.
Yeah, he's over
Yeah.
here. This is my cousin.
Mal, you handed an indiscriminate amount of gold, and she hands you back 3. You gave her 13 by accident.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry.
And she collects it all from you, and she goes, "Okay, very well. Welcome, seekers."
We're such a bunch of fucking idiots.
I love drinking.
Like, we're gonna die. We're gonna get one mission. And we're gonna fucking die.
I can't wait. I cannot
Fucking
wait.
Netherdeep's not gonna even come out. And this campaign's
We're all gonna fucking
We're all
die.
gonna have our backup characters have to come in even before the actual campaign starts.
Yeah.
See, Liv gave us like a mystery, but also like doesn't take into account that it takes us 10 sessions to get through a very simple mystery.
Uh,
All right.
Okay.
So now what do we do? Can
well,
we, like-
do you want a mission now? Do you want a quest now, or do you want to take the evening? Excuse me.
If we take one now, can we like start in the morning?
Oh yeah.
We could also just take a job in the morning, right?
Yeah, you can also just
Good
do
job.
that.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know what? Let's have the night for ourselves.
Yeah.
Let's not worry
Yeah.
about like what we're gonna do. So let's take the night for ourselves. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah, have a good evening, all.
Peter
And
is
welcome
gonna-
to the Seekers.
Thank you.
Peter is gonna stay back just for one moment. Just quick question.
Yes.
So obviously, currently we are seeking, but in the future, if we were allowed other endeavors, that would still go through you? Because I was curious about starting a chicken farm where I raise chickens to lay
Stop!
silver eggs.
Nope. Keep going.
Oh,
He's
Continue.
a creative, and I pick him up and I take him away.
She goes,
Bye.
well, yeah, if you would like to do something business-wise, we can always talk about that later. Okay, bye. The door's closed.
Father's dream.
Who has... What's everyone's passive perception?
17.
12.
17, 12.
14.
12.
17, 12. So, Peter and Vashti,
Mm-hmm.
down the hall, you almost miss it. But now that you are not kind of being shoveled into this room, at the far end of the hallway, you see a golden placard, Kai Arnez on the door. So he
That's
does
what
have,
we're looking for.
so he does have an office here.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay.
Pete, we don't point. We don't point.
We don't point.
Oh,
Pointing's very rude.
Okay.
Such a cute kid.
Yeah,
Oh,
don't
okay.
point at people.
I cannot believe.
Let's. Sorry. Yeah.
No, I just can't believe that. Sorry, Peter, do you impulsively tell the truth? Or do you, like, just choose to do it?
Yeah. Can you not even like omit the truth? Is that too
I
much
don't
of
know
like
why.
close to a lie?
Is there,
I
like,
don't know why I would.
eternal zone of truth inside of you or something? Like, you just don't have to.
Can you like? Can you? Next time you think like you make the observation and you're like, oh, I need to say this out loud. How about you like whisper it to one of us? Because sometimes saying that stuff out loud might get us. in
Ask
trouble.
us if
Yeah.
you can say it out loud. Because
No,
sometimes
not
things we
permission
say.
to speak. Just sort of a double check of like, is this something we need to address, kind of thing.
Yeah, because
Okay.
like sometimes we'll say things that we don't want other people to hear,
Yeah.
and it's not that we're gonna lie to them. It's just that maybe sometimes we're gonna talk about how it's something that's personal to us that we don't want other people to hear.
Sometimes we
Mhm.
see that somebody has a hat and we think, wow, that hat makes them look like a lampshade. But you don't say that out loud. They feel really bad.
Because that's like a little mean,
That's
and
a
like
little mean.
Right.
honestly, like we shouldn't have said it,
Yeah.
but it would
But
be
you still
even
have the
worse for
thought.
us to tell them.
You still have
Say
Right,
the
who
thought.
looks like a lampshade?
My
Cad
aunt.
Bane.
My aunt did. My aunt did. I said that out
Okay.
loud and I learned my lesson.
Okay.
And now I'm
So
teaching
when-
you that lesson.
So when people ask me who my masters are, can I just say you?
I mean,
That's up to
you can say nobody.
Would that be the truth? And would you be able to say it?
I don't know. Is it the truth? Do I have a master?
I'm your master. I don't know about you guys.
Oh, I have
Can
an
we sit at
idea.
a bar? Can
Peter.
we sit at the table and get drinks while we talk about this?
How about, Peter, you are your own master?
Whoa. I don't know why we didn't think of that sooner.
Autonomy! Yeah, we're going down the stairs at this point. I think.
Sentience.
Sentience, autonomy,
I grab Peter's hand and I start bringing him with this.
Oh no, that was too much. The gears are turning. Literal gears are
I
turning.
broke him.
We maybe one of us should default as his master.
Yeah, you
Wow.
guys go down to the bar. You see the bald man goes, "Hi, you guys are back. Can I get you drinks?"
Yes.
Yes. That'd be lovely.
What you having? What's everyone having today?
I'll have whiskey on the rocks.
Top shelf or bottom shelf?
What's the price? What's the financial damage on top?
Top shelf is 5 silver pieces. Bottom shelf is about 9 copper.
Does it get me there?
Both will get you there. Just depends on
Bottom.
how much you want to. Okay, yeah, sure. 9 copper pieces and whiskey on the rocks is brought out.
I would like some
Okay,
honeyed
Rock.
mead, please.
Sure. Top shelf or bottom shelf?
How much is the top shelf one? What's the difference?
Top shelf is 5 silver pieces, and bottom shelf is 1 silver piece.
Oh. Well, that one is less expensive. So, yeah, I'll take the bottom shelf one.
All right. How about you? Do you guys, do your constructs need water?
Would you guys like water?
Oil?
I look at like the plants on my body. Yeah, I'll take a water.
All right.
Gotta water them. Peter,
I
do you
guess
need
I'll
anything?
take it.
Sets all these drinks out.
Peter, would you like anything?
I don't know anymore.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
no.
Okay.
I'll
have
just
water
for
I'll
him.
just
I'll have a
set
water
this
for
here,
him.
and he sets down a second water just in
Okay.
case.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those nights. All right,
Yeah.
booth guys.
Yeah, like, is there like a booth? A
There is no
table?
booth. There is
Oh, no.
those long picnic table benches that like take up the
Okay.
span of a room. Like think like not the size of like Harry Potter like great feasting hall like tables, but like adjacent to that kind of thing. Smaller segmented ones.
Like a cafeteria.
Yeah, like a cafeteria. Yeah.
Can
yeah,
we
yeah.
can we like take one that's like enough space away from people that people are not inclined to
Yeah,
sit next
sure.
to us?
Sure. Yeah. You go sit by the
Being
bathrooms,
antisocial by
like-
looking like we're social.
Mm-hmm.
So
Peter,
do you?
what's going on? And while he's saying this, you just see like Malik pouring little bits of water on certain branches, and he's like trying to reach one like behind his head, but he can't like quite get it.
A lot of them.
Okay, I
immediately,
help
like,
him a little bit. I like
Yeah,
take some out of
yeah.
the glass and I like sprinkle it.
A
on
lot
his
of them
back.
just kind of and open up,
Thank
and
you.
small
Thanks.
flowers begin to bloom.
So
Thank you.
cool.
You're fascinating.
Peter, what's going on? Why is you being the master of you? Why is that bad? Why is that a thing that's stumping you?
I was always told what to do.
Uh-oh.
Even coming here is because I was told to. And now
was
I
the-
don't know. I don't know what it means to make my own decisions.
Oh no.
I see an issue here.
What was the thing that they said that made you come here in the first place?
He told me to go to the mainland and find a life.
Oh,
See?
okay. So part of that order, inadvertently, was sort of a command of make your own choice. Like that is kind of what that means, of make your own choices and start your own life. Like we were joking about the chicken farm. Dude, if that's what you want to do, go get that chicken farm.
I didn't think it was a true option because it's what I wanted.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Just big sip.
Okay. Well, why don't we
Yeah,
all?
just like
Well, okay,
Oof.
but like that's fine because we're all allowed to do what we want to do as long as it doesn't hurt other people. I guess.
or
like
break
I would
any
never
laws.
I would never want to do that. That is mean.
That is
Okay.
pretty mean.
that's good. So, is it just that like you don't get like the whole wanting something for yourself thing?
I've never had to. I just awaited orders.
What if someone presented you with a choice? Just a choice, with no leaning on whether or not you should pick A or B. Like, what if me and Maud put our drinks down and said,
Who's
"Which one
Maud?
do you-"
Maud's not here.
Oh God.
Oh my god.
Jesus
We're
Christ,
falling
Jack.
Jack's
apart
having a rough
tonight.
day.
Corner.
Jack's having a rough
My
day.
god.
Timo just
Jack
like,
rolled 10 d6s earlier and rolled
Hey.
7 1s, and like his entire day has been
Oh my
frazzled ever
God.
since.
Hey, Kristen, can we get an edit of just every time he's fucked up names this go
I'm gonna do it on purpose now, just so that we can have like the clown music go for 10 minutes.
it will be
Um,
done.
Thank you, Kristen.
I'm so
You can
sorry.
have an
Vashti.
inspiration when it happens.
So let's try that sentence again.
Okay, so if me and Vashti were to put our drinks down in front of you and said you can sip from one of these, feel free. What would happen?
Well, I would want to say no thank you, but in the end, I think I would have to take one of them. And so I will have to take the honey one because that one seems slightly more enjoyable.
So you've made the choice to sip the honey one. That's a choice you can make.
But
Or-
also, it's okay to go with that first instinct and not pick either.
Yeah, that's a choice.
There
too.
aren't only two options.
That's the trick. That's the weird trick about most choices.
We'll have to meditate on this.
Or
Yeah,
Does
you
does
do that.
does meditating does it help you think? Is it an exercise, or it's something you've been taught, or
Reprocessing information. When I got put into sleep mode, that's when most of my thinking happened for myself, but it never came to much.
just every night kind of thing, or like was it a
When
long
they
sleep?
needed me, they would wake me up, run some tests, and then I would go back to sleep. I don't know how long I was sleeping. The one time though, it was very long.
What kind of tests, like math or sort of physical tests, or
Mostly physical, involving my abilities. The sword things that I do.
I've seen the swords. They're really cool.
Yeah. There used to be more to that. It would encompass my entire body. And they had me attack targets and whatnot.
Like test dummies.
Sometimes they weren't just dummies.
Ah,
Didn't like those ones. But yeah, then they would put me back to sleep, and then the one time I didn't wake up for a long time, and then I did.
oh,
was it when you woke up? Did the people seem older, or
They were dead.
oh
well, we gathered that one, but like,
no, I was just double checking.
if
That's pretty intense.
do you know how long they had been dead for?
Well, the person who woke me up, who was like me, he told me it had been a couple thousand years. I think. DM, correct me if necessary, but for some reason I thought it was that old.
Probably like a couple hundred years more.
There you go.
It's still a ridiculous long amount of
like
time. Yeah.
800 plus years.
Okay, yeah. I couldn't remember the
So-
exact numbers, but yeah.
Can
Yeah.
I?
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Would Vashti be familiar with the crashing of Aor? Like, would
Make a history check.
I was about to ask if I would also be familiar
Yeah,
with
make
that.
a
I don't know
history
what
check.
I don't know what the Kryn are known. Ooh,
history?
I got a 9.
A 9.
Yeah.
Got a 13.
So for Vashti, you know of like civilizations having fallen during the calamity, and one such one was rumored to be like a floating city that was like against the gods, but you didn't know anything about specifically what that is. You weren't like taught that as history, like an in-depth history of that. You just know that like there was a civilization with like greater technologies that were just struck down by the fates or even the gods, maybe.
Okay. So then, in regards to the general reemergence of like Warforged,
You are
on the
unfamiliar.
continent.
Yeah, you are unfamiliar with the concept of like Warforged being like as they are in front of you, as Mal or Peter is. from where you kind of grew up and stuff like that, you've heard of constructs like helping robots that help you in day to day, but that's like a constructed thing. People do that and infuse magic into that, and they don't have as much like artificial intelligence as they do. They don't have the ability to speak or even act on their own, which is probably why you are constantly getting asked, "Who do you belong to?" Like in every capacity.
This is more a Jack question, just because he's not as familiar with the setting. Where would Warforged be more commonly seen?
Nowhere.
No. Oh, sorry. Automatons.
Automatons?
Like like
they're rare. Like they're not an everyday occurrence. You'd probably, I mean, no, you probably didn't roll high enough to even like.
I don't know. No, fair enough. Fair enough. We appreciate an honest history check.
You said someone like you woke you up?
Yeah, his name was Dev.
DEV?
Well, his full name was Devexian, but I just called him Dev because I thought we were friends.
And he was was he an... Do you prefer automaton, or is there another name for it?
We refer to ourselves as automatons, yeah?
Automatons. Okay. Was Dev an automaton too?
Yes, he was. He was the first one to get woken up. And then he started waking up others.
Oh,
Where
No, go ahead.
Where was this?
Oh,
In the north. He's
Whoa, easy. Don't strain yourself.
Isocross.
Isocross.
Pask, now you understand a little bit more in relation to what he's talking about.
Okay.
Isocross is known as like a crash site of like an old civilization, and specifically there's portions of the Kryn dynasty and just people that live in the Kryn dynasty that they specifically kind of take expeditions out into Isocross to find like ancient technology and relics from this crash site. So yeah, that's what you get.
Did Drang's studies ever...
Who's
Who's
Drang?
Drang?
I keep saying it. No.
Who's on
Did
first? Like,
Did Pask's studies ever interact with these expeditions at all?
no.
Fair enough. Just the ancient tech. I didn't know if it would relate to what he was up to.
I'm gonna be real honest. I don't remember what you were studying other than geology.
Do you? I'll message you later.
Yeah.
I'll message you later.
Yeah, just message me later.
So
I'm gonna say no for now.
Yeah. You know what? I'll do it now when people are asking questions.
So you came from a place called Isocross.
Yes, that was the island. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I guess this is as good a time as any. I'm not from here.
You
Like
told us that.
Exandria?
I yes, but like not this place. I'm from, well, I was in the Feywild.
Oh.
That's where I came from when I met you in Bloomingthal.
In the cow field.
Yeah. I came here to find where I'm from.
So
'Cause-
you weren't
wait,
in the
you-
Feywild the whole time?
I spent a long time in the Feywild, and I saw a lot of things and none of them looked like me.
Oh, well, no, I imagine not.
So
Do you mind if I like take a little like? I'm not gonna like the automaton connection is definitely there. Do you mind if I like try to date your parts? Is that getting a little?
I guess
That statement's a little risky there, Pask.
You can avoid its warranty.
Yeah,
I
he's
guess if you like, I don't know. Sure.
I don't even know what I'm looking for, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know if he has like metallic parts.
No,
Those
yeah,
are
like
far and few
I
between.
am made. I am made of metal.
Okay.
Like my head is metal. My
Okay,
chest
yeah.
is metal. My arms and legs. It's just
well,
the
here.
things
Let's just see like the joint of your arm, for example. Like if there's something like a hydraulic, that sort of dates it. If it's something less, can I attempt to date the joint of his arm to see what kind of mechanism is going on there?
I like long walks on the
What
beach.
even would this check be?
Make
Arcana,
Intelligence?
history.
make an intelligence check, just a general.
Just
Yeah.
Ooh, 17.
Say that again. I was sneezing.
17.
17?
Gesundheit.
Thank
Bless
you.
you.
Thank you. Looking around, you can't find anything in your recollection on how his mechanisms work, are put together, function, or even stay up together. There's a lot of
So, like-
moss and different intruding pieces of nature that sit in the cruxes and creases of different pieces of the metal. Some things are just fully covered by moss, and you feel like that's how certain joints are sticking together at this point. That you kind of like in real life, it feels like endoskeleton, like FNAF pieces falling off.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
things are just kind of holding together through like sheer moss and nature.
Sheer
keeping
force
it.
of will.
Yeah, like nature finds a way style. Like things are keeping him together. But you have nothing to go off of to tell you a time period, a functional capacity on how they are held together or how they were created in general.
Well, that's
Because,
very interesting.
Anything?
Yes and no. I gained information by gaining no information. I have no idea when, how, what, even base level is going on with this mechanism. I don't know how it functions. I don't know how it maintains itself. I don't know how it is not rusted. I don't know how it's not fallen off to an extent. I don't know how you are able to move.
I'm me.
I'm aware of that.
I
Mhm.
guess I just don't get it because I know I'm not like you. I know I'm not flesh and blood. I'm something else, but I'm not like I'm
You're an identity crisis.
all I remember is waking up in the Feywild. There's nothing before that. But
Okay.
I don't think I'm from there
Okay.
because no one recognized me. No one's seen anything like me. No one recognized me,
Understand.
but since coming here, I'm still weird, but Peter is the first thing I've ever seen in my life. that looks even remotely similar to me. And now I know where it's from.
Oh,
So my thing is that I want to know where I'm from.
Mhm.
So, if one of these missions ever take us near Isocross, I would not mind going.
no, absolutely,
We'll
absolutely.
make a note of
So you think you're not to boil it down. You think you're more akin to Peter?
I mean, obviously not,
Not in
But-
a direct sense, but
but like maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. I kind of just want to see where I came from, and I want to know what my home was like.
Maybe this is just me spitballing. Throwing the metaphorical spaghetti against the wall.
spaghetti.
Not the spaghetti, it's on a wall.
Oh.
Mel, maybe.
That was cute. Not this spaghetti, it's on the wall.
Don't eat it.
That's
Maybe.
spaghetti.
You kind of were like Peter, or you're like, you used to be like a regular automaton. But the Feywilds, it's kind of fucky, and maybe you kind of like slipped into it accidentally when you were still a robot, and then you landed in the Feywild. But since you were already special when you got there, maybe that just woke the real you up. And then when you came back, it was still inside of you.
Maybe. Yeah.
If you don't like that one, I can just I'll take the
No,
spaghetti off the wall.
I mean, it's
Can you put it back on my plate, please?
it's farther than I've gotten. Yeah, we can talk about something else now.
We'll
Alright,
workshop
alright.
it.
Just where you're from doesn't make who you are, kind of thing. Don't be super focused on the past when present you's right here.
Hmm.
Mal just kind of like he like started listening to that, and then as soon as he heard the word make, he just kind of stopped, just like actively
Aw.
listening, and just kind of got hung up on that word.
Misphrased.
Honestly, same with Peter, because when you said where you're from is not like your make or whatever, it's like, but where I'm from did make me.
Uh-oh!
And I don't like the idea that I was made.
I don't think Pask is emotionally intelligent enough to make that connection to be like, maybe I should have rephrased that.
Your
Does
wisdom's a
Vashti
little low.
notice?
My wisdom's a 0. My wisdom is
What's
a
your
flat
passive
0.
insight, Vashti?
My passive insight is also a 14.
They go reasonably silenter than you would expect.
It's time for a change in conversation.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, I have one. Mr. Pask, are you not
Yo.
disappointed with your drink? Those are ice cubes, not rocks.
As a geologist, I would be very upset if that was
Exactly.
I did order it specifically for the pun that he likes rocks.
I knew it.
It is slang for ice cubes. You pour it over. So you put the ice cubes in first, and then you pour it. And when you pour it, it looks like water crashing off of rocks. That's the idea there.
That doesn't look like water at all, but okay.
It's not. Sorry.
Interesting.
The liquid behaves in the same way as it would if it was bouncing off of a rock.
Peter, would
It's
you
a
like to try
complicated
my mead? Would you like it? Oh.
Yeah.
This is.
Sorry, 1 second. Try my mead.
Okay.
No. Let him make the choice. We were making progress.
He's
I try it.
You hear it. You guys wait a second, then you hear it slosh into the bottom of a metal container.
Interesting.
How do you feel?
Interior is wet.
Uh-oh. Wait, like in a good way?
I don't know.
I don't
you,
want the
like-
answer to that.
Can you,
We will
like,
have
get it
to-
out?
I have nothing to do that with. Give me 1 second. He's gonna walk
Okay.
over to like a far wall and just do that thing where you do like a handstand against the wall.
Yeah, that's what I was
Wow.
thinking
Straight out of his face again.
Sure, yeah.
too. Comes out of like all the different cracks in his face.
Yeah.
Little waterfall of mead.
Drains out.
He don't
Oh,
drink
no.
that much.
Oh my
He
god.
like had a sip. He had such a visceral reaction to it.
He
I come walking
multiplies
back.
alcohol.
He can't lie. He can't drink booze.
Yeah, that's really upsetting. Well,
This is not the town for him.
Oh, should I leave?
No!
No. I just meant like. Never
You
mind.
just signed in on to a guild. You can't leave. Well, you
Yeah,
can't.
we're
But-
slightly invested in this now.
We've got
We
shit
are
to do.
seekers.
We
Yeah.
are seekers.
Are you saying that to us, or are you like saying that to someone on your walk back?
That's like me as I sit down at the table.
Oh, okay.
He's so
Yeah.
cute. I love him.
I love him.
Can't wait for him to die.
Oh, don't
no!
He just stands up to go do another handstand, falls apart. He shouldn't have eaten the mead, you know?
Oh no.
How did he eat the meat? I don't know.
It turns solid. The honey was just separated.
Oh no. He's got like a rehydrator in his body.
I have an idea.
Alright.
Peter, if you have a difficult time, you know, like saying, like since nobody is your master at the moment, that you know of, but we're your friends. Here, I have something. And Vashti kind of like reaches into her side pouch and she pulls out on this little pendant. It is a face. It is like, you know, about that big, you know.
Oh.
Okay.
And Liv is gone.
I think we have dog issues.
You know, it happens. It's this little pendant, and it is a face. And in the corners of the eyes, like coming out of the eyes, are little lilies of the valley.
Okay.
And the face is smiling.
Okay.
And
Are you giving this robot religion?
so,
Zoe.
this is mine.
Okay.
Oh, Zoe, girl. Okay. This is my amulet. What we could do is we say, this represents my God, right? So you could say maybe he is your master, but he just lets us do whatever we'd like as long as we're happy doing it. So,
Who is the symbol to? Sorry.
my God.
Haven't
I-
said.
But
Mm.
can I
Um,
can I attempt?
Liv, I have my amulet out.
Can I attempt
Okay.
to identify which god this belongs to?
So make a religion check.
Religion. I have a +3.
Can I try that as well?
Sure.
I don't
have
like.
this.
Come on,
I
Vox Machina die.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I rolled a 7.
No.
I rolled a 6. Fuck Vox
No.
Machina. It's a shit show anyway.
Damn it! Which one is that?
What is religion anyway?
Yeah, who's that?
-1. That's cool.
Okay, I will try that.
Yeah, so we say, Vashti's God is
Ashly's
nice
God.
and,
Vashti's
nice
God.
and specific.
Ashly's God
your new master.
is your
and-
new master.
You do whatever makes you happy, or what you would like to do, and he's good with it because he's your master.
He's good with. He's chill.
He's totally chill. But you help us because I also serve him, and we are friends.
We are friends. Okay.
We are friends. Does that work for you?
It does.
Okay,
I'm gonna go do something that makes me happy.
that's good.
What
What are you going to do?
He stands up and he walks out of the building, and I'm gonna go just find like either like a public garden or like a tree that's growing somewhere.
Oh,
Okay.
If I can find
Yeah,
one.
it's
If it's,
easy enough. It's a large, like, oak tree here in like the vigil circle. You walk over to it.
I'm just gonna like sit down, like sit back against it, and he's just gonna
See?
stay there for a while.
He's
Oh
already
no.
he's already doing things that he wants to do.
This is weirdly good progress. I did not expect to get.
Me neither.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
If you guys wanna
He's so happy. Look at him.
find
He's just. I didn't see Vince's camera for a sec. He's.
little robot smile.
Oh no, he's too good. He's too
If
good.
you guys want to find like a room or something, I'll go keep an eye on him.
Do you think? Does he need it?
I don't know. I don't know if he plans to stay out there for the night, but I can go out and like stay with him.
Yeah, I
Alright.
just don't want him to get stolen because people
Yeah.
kind of suck.
That is.
Yeah, I'll
You know
go.
what?
I'll
You know
go.
what? Good call.
I'll
Mal.
go
Good
watch
call.
But we
And I'll
could
get
get a
up.
room.
Hmm?
Yeah.
We could get a room for the night.
Yeah.
Mal just kind of like waves as he walks out the door.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll
Hello.
go find Peter.
Okay.
Good night.
Sorry, go.
Oh no, that's it. Just good night.
Oh, okay. Good night.
Night.
Yeah. So I'd like to get a room.
Yeah, a room is
room.
not a problem. You guys get keys for. Are you getting a room for 4 or a room for 2?
I mean, we should probably run under the assumption that they're going to be back. Right?
Do they need beds?
I know, but like, given the existential crisis they just both received,
Answer's yes.
maybe we should do them the service of getting them beds.
Okay. So the 4-person room. How many beds are in there?
4.
4. Okay. Yeah, let's get that one.
Why would
All
there be
right, and he
any
hands you
less
the
than
keys.
4? Why would there be anything other than 4?
Sometimes they make you share a bed.
Kind of, what is this? A school field trip? Nah.
And then Bastion's like, and there was only one bed.
It's friends to lovers fanfic trope. Like,
All right.
There was only one bed.
And there were 4 separate beds.
all
They
right,
were roommates.
and they were roommates.
I got it.
Quick question to our robot pals.
Mm-hmm.
You guys staying out there all night, or will you eventually take your leave?
I do have something that I want to try while I'm out there.
All right. What would you
And
like
if
to do?
if Mr. Mal is coming by, Peter just kind of like sits up straight, fixes his posture, and whatever Mal's doing, are you gonna like sit with him or like?
Yeah.
Okay. Once you sit down and get comfortable, I'm gonna try something, and he like kind of sticks his fingers like into the grass, into the ground. I'll spend the key point to summon my blades. Peter is already kind of missing his friend Meredith.
Oh.
No.
He doesn't necessarily, he never really cared for the fact that he was able to summon weapons, and it just never felt right to him, and he doesn't like violence inherently. So he's going to attempt to change their form, but I feel like this is built into him, so that's why I'm going to really try at this.
Make a wisdom check.
Cool, I can do that.
Change them to snakes. Snakes on the plane.
That is a total of 17.
Snakes on
With
the plane.
great effort, you cast the spell Swords to Snakes. And there is a robotic transformer sound. Just.
Hello?
And a giant snake takes the form from the swords.
And is it a robot snake, or is it like
no,
an actual fucking snake?
it looks like a still like very much like a regular normal snake, but it has this like transparency to it.
I have her back.
Oh no, no, no! You can't. I've only known them for 3 sessions. You can't.
That's the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
I
That's
think so
funny.
too.
Like, I'm from the fucking Feywild, but I've never seen anyone just will their fucking weapon into a snake. That's pretty fucking cool.
You see its head bump into your leg, Mal.
What's up?
Oh my god.
I respect that.
Peter is so happy right now. Okay, well, if you
I'll
want...
like hold out my hand to like let it get a sniff.
Sniff
If I can like pet it.
Mhm.
It begins to kind of slither up your arm.
Ooh,
It goes
okay.
on some moss. And then he goes back to Peter.
Damn.
Hmm.
You're really amazing.
Thank you, I think you are as well.
Thank you.
Well, this is all I needed to accomplish. I feel good. So I think it's time to sleep. Are the other two joining us out here to sleep?
I think they're gonna stay inside. I think they got like a room or something. I don't know if we're.
okay.
I don't know if they got a room for us, but I don't know. I'm fine here. I'm more used to outside than inside.
I've only ever slept in a tube or outside, so I think I'm okay outside, at least for tonight.
All right. We watch each other's backs.
Sure, yeah. He's gonna stand up and then go to like the other side of you and literally sit back to back.
Yeah.
Alright.
Wow.
How
Miles
dare
just gonna
you.
like take a minute to like get comfortable and like stretch, and then just like sit down, cross his arms, and then the lights in his eyes just dim.
How dare you make the greatest piece of art I need to see more than anything else in this world, and it's 2 robots sitting back to back.
Do
Oh.
Vashti and Pask need to do anything before sleepy bye?
I would like to sit next to my bed. I kneel down in front of my bed and I go.
Uh-huh.
And I am going to silently do a little prayer.
Okay.
And just let my God know that he has somebody new to help make happy and smile.
Okay.
And to please be with my friend Peter. Thank you.
It's not an eldritch abomination.
The window opens and a breeze comes in.
Really? Jeez.
Pask closes the window. Oh god.
Put the latch on this. What's going on?
No,
Um,
let Jesus into your life.
There's
And
no
with
room.
that, we're gonna take
The
a quick
real
break.
The religious one with the intellectual one, just like, what the fuck is the window?
Oh, what is happening?
All right. We'll be back here in just a few moments. We're going to get some water, go to the bathroom. You should do the same too. And we will
Dopest girl.
figure out what happens the next morning.
oh, we might get a DMCA takedown, and we don't want that.
I've been playing on like licensed music for a very long time now.
Okay.
And welcome back.
Can I put this on YouTube?
Yeah, we're not gonna monetize. It's fine. Hi, Zoe. There's a special friend who wants to join the stream. Her name is Zoe, and she's my cute little girl who hates being in the back room here.
I see.
Yeah,
Oh no.
I know. You can't get
She's
traction
too
on this.
pure.
You can't get traction on this floor, and it makes you sad.
Me too, Zoe. Me too.
Makes you sad.
Makes you sad. But, Pass, you said... Oh, I'm sorry. Drang. wait, I'm sorry. Pass. You wanted to do something before sleep.
He did want to do something before sleep. He's gonna effectively just be reading through his little notes of the area, and once Vashti goes to sleep, he is going to silently get up and walk into the restroom.
There is no bathroom attached.
There's no bathroom. All right, he's gonna go. He's
Let's out a
gonna
big duker, you know.
He's gonna go downstairs. He's gonna go downstairs. I assume this is probably like around 1 a.m. or so.
Okay.
He'll order another drink, just something to sip and think, and he's gonna peek out and see if the bots are still chilling.
Yes, they are.
Oh, okay. He's
Sitting back to back.
Yeah. Do either of us see past Pika?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
He just that's adorable. All right, and he's gonna go in. He's gonna finish his drink. He's gonna go into the bathroom. I assume the guild itself has a bathroom.
It's an outhouse out back.
Does it have a mirror?
Yes.
Okay.
No plumbing.
No plumbing, but a mirror.
Yeah, but that's nice though.
He's not in there for number one or number two. He's just gonna stare in the mirror.
The secret number 3.
The secret.
Narcissism.
Well, no, secret number 3 is what Peter did, where it all comes out of your face.
And I bleed from my eyes. That'll be a secret number 3.
He's gonna stare in the mirror for a really long time. He's just gonna fix what he sees a few times. It's just a few different things he has to tweak and change. And he says, "You are Argent Pask, and you're gonna make it through this." And then he leaves. He goes back in. He goes to sleep.
When you walk out and you close the door, you hear the mirror shatter. And you go back to bed.
He goes back to bed.
Mal.
Yeah.
When you power down and sit there, you hear your name called a few times, echo through your head. Mal, 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 Mal.
Does the voice sound familiar?
No, it does not. And everyone can take a long rest.
Okay.
You guys wake up to a fine Rexingtrum morning. For the 2 robot buddies that were sleeping out on the lawn in the morning, you guys get a lot. Is this a new modern art piece? Is it talking about the peasantries of the Mudtop of Ward? Maybe. You know what? Interesting. Ah! As you guys come alive.
Mal will, his eyes will light up, and he'll turn to one of the people and look at them, and just let out this weird, deep, guttural sound, and essentially just roars at them in deep speech.
And they run away.
Why would you do that?
Why not? Why not?
Because it's funny.
Yeah, that's fair. scare the locals, you know? Keep them
Dang,
humble.
you got me.
Keep them on their toes. It's for their own good.
You can't let them be too complacent in their lifestyle. You gotta shake things up now and then.
Yeah.
Alrighty. That orange juice. God damn.
Yeah.
Ashley's gonna skip down to dinner. Or not dinner, breakfast.
You go back in time.
I didn't eat last night.
You wake up and everything's destroyed. It's 500 years in the future.
Oh no!
We play D&D Umbrella Academy. Like,
Oh no!
Why did nobody wake me?
It happens to the best.
There was
of
no
us.
one to wake me.
It's not.
I would
fair.
like to get some breakfast, please.
Sorry, Kristen.
Maybe I'll get spaghetti for breakfast.
yeah, you got the leftover spaghetti from the night before, and
Spaghetti's really good. Did you?
I want
Wait,
orange juice.
yeah, there's orange juice, definitely.
I'd like
Where did
orange
my
juice.
terribly insulated styrofoam container with my spaghetti go?
Bastard, like slurping up the last of it. Just.
I don't know.
There's red on your face. And it's
It's
not
like a
you
child
blushing, it's literal
Eating
red on your face.
ravioli.
Yeah,
do it.
it's like all down the chin. I don't know what you're talking about.
Look, it's good sauce. I get it. That was mine.
She's lost in the
That's right,
sauce.
I'm the ravioli snatcher.
So that's our team name, right?
Dang.
Ravioli
Ravioli
snatchers. That
Ravioli.
sounds like a euphemism.
Please no. Please no.
I love it.
Yeah,
What if
yeah,
we
the
just called
ravioli
ourselves-
snatch.
What if, just to bug Vince, we called ourselves the Charcuteries?
Oh no, okay, that'd be fun. I'm okay
We
with
call
that.
ourselves the anti-pastas.
The anti-pasta.
That pisses him off so much.
Is it because you don't say
man.
pasta, you say pasta?
No,
Supposed to be
it's a whole thing.
anti-pasto,
It's anti-pasta.
Pasto.
but
Anti-pasta.
I say it's an anti-pasta because there's no pasta.
Shut the fuck up. Perhaps. Think of that.
Oh,
Crumbles
goodness.
in Italian.
The baba the boopy.
Gabagool.
Gabagool. It's fucking Mario and Luigi shit.
Liam, he is Italian.
And then Bowser's just like,
Luigi games.
We've lost our entire Italian viewer base.
they don't exist.
Giant
I'm right here.
Italians don't exist.
Oh,
God.
that's right. I'm
Like
sorry, I
horses.
forgot.
They were a fucking
Like horses?
by the government.
Horses don't exist.
Show me a horse.
Yeah.
Never seen a horse before.
Show me a fucking horse right now. I dare you.
I literally have the
Show me an
ability.
Italian right now.
Mod is standing right there.
And so is Drang.
And so is Drang. It's crazy how that happened. There's just
Welcome.
a centaur.
Hey, it is
What the
Drones
fuck
of
are you
the-
guys doing today?
It is called Drones of the Multiverse.
Dicking around, apparently.
Yeah,
This
clearly.
is the plan for the next 2 hours.
Yeah, what do you mean? Isn't this good
Inside
content?
We've lost all of our audience, if, you know.
We didn't have an audience to begin with. Nick was the only one. He's gone now.
Oh,
He's like, even
Oh, no,
I can't.
he's playing Overwatch.
He doesn't even like Overwatch.
he chose
We lost.
Overwatch over us.
He's
We
like playing the
lost him
first.
to Overwatch?
We lost Nick to Overwatch.
He's
Okay.
playing like the Lego Pirates of the Caribbean game.
Stop.
God,
I'll
rip
edit
to
this out
his
in
sanity.
post.
I lost Mike Van to
That's-
him, and I lost.
That's how
Mario to
low
Jake.
he went.
I'm literally dying. Okay. I go down to breakfast.
You're already there. You're having orange
Yeah, you ate
juice.
the pasta
I-
over there.
You haven't even touched your omelet, dude. Like, you good?
You've just been giggling about charcuterie and antipasta for the past 5 minutes.
Alrighty.
I have no idea what those mean.
I am just chowing the heck down.
I'll walk in with Peter if he wants to come in with me.
Oh yeah, I'm coming in.
Is it weird that I ship it already?
I was gonna say, I would like this is adorable and I love it.
Can two people not just have a fucking moment?
Literally.
No.
All it is?
No.
Okay.
Like, we
Not at
don't
all.
do anything, and suddenly people are just like, "What's their ship name? Is it Malder or Epsomal?"
Listen,
I like
Why are you
Malbert.
getting so defensive, Liam?
I did not
Because I don't like it.
survive
I don't either.
2000 and the mid 2010 tumblers to not instantly ship anything that has the mildest bit of chemistry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
I'm sorry, my
Sorry.
worldview is so fucked because I don't get good queer representation on a daily. So I have to look at
Correct.
the very crevices of humanity to find people like me who've taken their time to write stories. So when I find anybody being remotely nice to each other, then my brain goes, oh wow, a
We're
healthy
in love.
fucking relationship that's actually good for me to read. I'm so sorry that our fantasy game...
Oh, why can't it just be friends?
No!
Sick.
No!
Why does it have to go immediately to
I
romantic?
got enough friends!
Then do your best to not make it romantic.
Yeah, try harder.
Try harder.
Get away from me, nerd! And I push him
No,
into the
no.
wall.
That makes it worse!
No, maybe so. Just
Oh,
if you were
now
like,
it's a Tsundere kind of thing.
Now it's
If you were like-
Sasuke and Naruto.
Now he's been shown love and he's rejecting it. So that when
if
he
you
finally
like
accepts it,
if
it's
you
all
like
the
put a
sweeter.
hand on his shoulder and said, I think we should just be friends, I think that's the healthiest thing you could do right now.
No.
Do it right now. Do it right
Peter, I know
now.
this is coming out of nowhere, but I see you just as a friend because I'm a robot.
It's about
I
about
don't have the
this.
capacity for love.
It's
Sorry.
about the same as going, I see you as a brother. Like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, but like a brother, or like
Step brother.
I'm not gonna finish that joke.
So, what the fuck are you guys doing today?
Eating an omelet.
I am
Waiting for-
eating. I am almost done the omelet. I am just like shoving that shit in my face, dude. I'm just like, I cannot be a part of any of this.
Cool, you guys finished breakfast.
Yeah.
Real fast, baby.
How long till Tusk Love the musical?
We have to
another
get a
4 days.
T minus 4 days.
And we
Yeah, we
don't
need
have
money
enough
for that.
money to go.
And we literally spent all of our money, so we need to make some fast. I really
Yeah.
want to see that today.
We need to do a job right now.
So let's get a quest. This was like that was the thing. Like I just wanted to wait until the morning so we didn't have to think about it.
Yeah. Fuck
Until this morning.
Fuck all this Kai Arnaz shit. Like I need to see that today.
Dude.
I feel like anybody could, like, frankly, I think this lady could die, and I would not care as long as I get to go see Tusk Club on Broadway.
No, 100%. I need to. While we go on this quest, can we find out as much about this place?
I would love that to be our
Dude,
side
I
quest.
want to know who the starring actors are. I want us to know. Should I get the book? Should I read the book, or will that sully the
Before
performance?
you see the
Because the
play,
performance is never the same as the book.
There's how many books are there?
1.
There's
There's
one.
only one?
Yeah.
they didn't even make
Is
a
it
serial.
is it still hardcover or they start putting out paperbacks?
No, it's no. They want the full money. They're gonna keep it to hardcover.
Hardcover. Okay. It's like a good like 3 gold for that bad boy.
Oh,
It's a good read.
it is. And it's considered a classic.
Yeah, at this point it's been around maybe indiscriminate amount of years.
Everything you're saying makes me want to see this more.
I know,
It is
which is
a
why
how do I phrase the contents of this book to him?
Mal,
Yes.
do you know about sex?
Yeah, I know it's a thing that you guys do. I mean, seems rad. I mean, like,
The
it's
book
a
is
way for
about
two people. Yes, yeah.
the book is about 2 people having really hardcore, passionate sex.
In a lot of different
In
ways.
a lot of different ways
And settings.
Okay.
and positions.
But is it like is it like a forbidden love kind of thing? Like were they supposed to be doing it, or is it like not good that they're doing it?
I think at the beginning there is a bit of a forbidden aspect, right?
Okay.
I would like to recall the plot of Tusk Love.
I have it pulled up, so please make me just a base intelligence check.
Oh, this is what we're doing today.
See, here's the thing. I read the book a long, long time ago, so I might not remember all the details.
I, however, have a vivid memory of this.
Intelligence check?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's an 18.
I've read it so long ago, I barely remember anything.
Tusk Love.
My mother would
I
read it
also
to me
got an
before that.
18.
Tusk Love is a smut novel following a half-orc named Oscar and the daughter of a traveling merchant named Genevieve, after they met on the Amber Road near Druvenlode. Though they begin a saucy relationship, they do not believe that they can be together, for fear of what their parents may think. At some point in the novel, Oscar and Genevieve are on a sinking ship, and Oscar rows them in a boat to shore. He also carries her across a field, apparently toward the end of the novel. Ultimately, the book ends happily with them both deeply in love.
It's really
Yeah.
good.
However,
I'm
in between all of those sentences, there's like 3 scenes.
I'm so glad that
Devoted.
Matthew Mercer brought this into existence.
Matilda Mercer.
He had to
What
type
was
that.
Matilda
Mercer.
Mercer.
Matilda Mercer.
It was
He had to type
it was
that.
Matilda
Matilda
Merceria.
Merceria.
Merceria. Yeah. Published
Um,
before 835 post Divergence. And it can be found in most markets in hardback for 3 silver pieces.
3 silver. I got.
That's pretty good.
We could
I
do
said
that.
3. I said 3 gold. Meant silver. My bad.
Jesus, he's scared.
So you guys all go get the book in the marketplace
Yeah.
and
100%.
start a book club.
Yeah.
So what did we think about chapter 5?
I
Well,
remember it like a
While we've been having this conversation about Tuslug, I have been looking to see if someone actually wrote it in fanfiction. And
You know somebody
someone
wrote
dedicated
it on
a whole
AO3.
Tumblr blog to it.
Is it and is it good?
I haven't read it because I've been having to listen, but they printed it
we-
on like gilded parchment paper. Here's an excerpt. This is made. I will. We're gonna have to link this into the description of this video.
Sorry, Tumblr user.
Tumblr user tusklovethebook.tumblr.com.
There you go.
And I will post it in chat. But you guys open up the book. I can't believe we're dedicating time to this.
Yes.
Genevieve stumbled forward, hugging her side. She could still hear the clasp of steel behind her. The grunts of the ones fighting and the screams of innocents running away were from the split blood. Her eyes watched the blood dripping from her palm, the lines in her skin breaking the drying crimson apart like dried autumn leaves. Elizabeth rushed to her side, sword in hand. She had blood on her shirt, the one Genevieve complimented some nights before. Her brow had been slashed and she was missing a sleeve. "Where's Oscar?" Genevieve panted between words, struggling to walk without holding on to the wall. "He'll follow us. We need to go back to the harbor. I'm not leaving without him." Elizabeth grabbed her arm and placed it over her shoulder and picked up their pace. Genevieve protested as best as she could, but only faint groans left her lips. They stopped. She looked up and saw 2 guards blocking their path to the harbor. They wore her father's colors. His influence and coin reached far and wide as it would seem. Elizabeth slashed at the air, her first attempt at keeping them away from her bleeding friend. Genevieve straightened her back, wincing at the sharp pain digging into her abdomen. She let go of her wound and reached for her sword. "She wasn't supposed to be harmed, right?" said the bald of the 2. "I reckon she hurt one of us then. Oi, Ilyana, daughter of whatever his name. You don't even know the bloke's name, man? The bloke's name, mate? You 2, stay back!" Elizabeth cut their argument with another slash of her blade across the air, snarling and baring her teeth. They teasingly stomped closer. Elizabeth and Genevieve stepped back. The one on the left ran forward, body prompted to tackle Genevieve to the ground. Elizabeth struck down, meeting the other man's blade, stopping her from connecting to the other's flesh. Genevieve hit the stone hard, her pained screams drowned by the man's. Her sword went through the gut. his gut, the cross guard pushing against his tightening stomach. What the fuck? Elizabeth punched the one standing in the face, and he fell to his knee. With one swift move, her blade cut the side of his neck, blood spurting through the freshly open wound. Genevieve pushed.
If Ashley's like reading
Yeah,
this,
I'm reading
aloud,
it.
like Mal is just fucking like crisscross applesauce. Just,
Genevieve.
Yeah, we're like sitting under the tree.
You know, upon
Yeah, you guys-
reread, this is probably going to be a really good play.
Genevieve pushed.
I cannot fucking wait for this. Can we go to? Can we need that? We need to get money for this
It's gonna
now.
be so good. I know.
Okay,
We should
okay,
talk
okay.
to what's her name?
What's her name?
Scary lady.
I don't remember her name either.
What's her
Anyone?
name? No, because I didn't catch it. Because Liv keeps glitching on me.
Are you talking about
Don't
the one
know
you
her
signed
name.
the contracts with?
I don't know her name because I couldn't hear it.
Gianna Cortelli.
Okay.
Gianna Cortez.
Sorry, Gianni Cortelli.
Gianni.
Gianni, that sounds
Like-
familiar.
Geani, and then Cortelli.
I'll call her
Squidward tortellini.
Woo!
Oh, Italian
Antipasto.
food.
Good
Her new name is Charcuterie
Aw.
Antipasto.
Yeah, her name is Charcuterie.
So do we just go? Do we just go talk to like the bartender and ask to see her?
Maybe you go to her office.
Yeah, that sounds like a
Did
good
have
idea.
an office.
Alright. You make your way into the back, knocking on
To
the
Charcuterie's office.
To Charcuterie's office.
Every time there's like a goober, effectively, like someone we need to talk to for plot, we're just gonna call them a charcuterie.
like a MacGuffin, but for people.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
MacGuffin, but
yeah.
more cheese and crackers and olive space.
So you
And
knock
smoked
on her
meats.
door. Yes. Her hair is pulled back into a ponytail. The curls still noticeable. She's wearing different clothing, a little like a more like kind of tighter dress, less ball gown this time. Looks to be a little bit warmer than the last one, with like a shawl around her shoulders. Excuse me, my dog is being bad.
Zoe, you awful. No, I love her.
Oh no!
Give her a kiss. Kisses for Zoe.
She's
Give
just
her
pacing.
cheese.
She's just pacing.
Baby needs snack.
Immediately drops it.
I don't
I'll
know
just
what
jump.
we're looking at.
No, you're muted. You're muted, babe.
What?
It got to her mouth.
It got in there.
Gravity took hold.
So she stands there. She goes, "Oh, hello, welcome back."
Hi.
Morning.
About that quest that we were delaying for the morning.
Okay.
Got anything for us?
Sure. Step in. I gotta get Tusk Love off my screen now.
But do you want
Did
it?
she say that?
Not
Is she reading
forever.
Just Love
She
as well?
she quickly puts it in the desk.
Literally, all four of us
Insight
lift up
check.
our hard copy. It's fine.
That
okay.
scene, I'm just rereading it for the 5th time because the play is coming up.
I didn't know that.
Right.
I forgot about the fight scene, and I don't remember why.
It's
No
because the
spoilers, I
sexy
haven't
part
finished it
is
yet.
We literally just read an excerpt.
We're
Yeah, but
talking
not all of it.
the sexy
Sorry.
part is the
All the
thing you
sexy
remember, you know? Like-
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
thing that gets you into it, but then you stay for the fight. Anyway, sorry.
Anyways, and she puts the book away. So we have sightings of a bat creature. A large bat
man?
creature. No, a man who is a bat, but not a bat who is a man.
A man bat.
No, you're misunderstanding me. It is
Man
a
bear face.
bat that is not a man, but also is a man.
A man bat Batman.
a werebat.
No, you're
There
misinterpreting.
we go.
There's a bear batmare bear. Got me?
What?
No,
Mermaid too.
but I'm with you.
This is coming out of Peter's
The
head.
condensation!
Camera!
I like she's like, no, you don't understand. Those names are copyrighted.
Oh, sorry.
She goes, there is sightings of a bat creature in the Pearl Bow Wilderness that a local, one of the leather working shops is interested in having for their own needs. That pays about 400 gold pieces because it is a bit of a trek into the Pearl Bow Wilderness. There is. She kind of skims a little bit. There has been sightings of a weird magical creature in the Mudtop ward. Something that's like I think like Peeping Tom, but magical.
That's freaky.
A lovely combination.
This one is a stipulation. So they're willing to pay the amazing price of 700 gold pieces if you bring it back alive, or 400 pieces for its dead body.
Something inside of me tells me, in my deepest heart of hearts, that the people here are not good at solving hidden thing mysteries. And I
However,
think...
in my heart of hearts, neither are we.
We are also very stupid.
Very stupid.
It's easiest to, go for the thing that you can see instead of the thing you can't, right?
So, what do you think, Bat?
Batman, man, bat.
Batman, man, Batman, man, man.
Man, bear, man, bear, Batman, bear, man, man.
Man, bear, pig.
Man,
You
bear,
say
pig.
you say 7 alterations of Bat and Man, and then you have to puke a little because that's just what your body has to do.
Kristen, you could have just said global warming.
Okay.
Yeah, let's we'll do bat creature.
And then
Man, bat,
do you,
Batman.
bring the creature to the leather workers and then return here.
Yes, they will be
Okay.
paying you on that one.
Alright.
For the bat creature. That is not a man. You are specifically people dealing with a bat. You are not one man who is dealing with the bat.
Is there a man inside of the bat?
No, I'm just trying very hard not to call you all Batman.
Bruce Wayne is waiting for us.
Bruce Wayne is T-posing in the
He's
corner.
a billionaire.
We have to
So
hide
are you
the
Batman?
bat
No! Who would
The
tell you
bat
that?
suit. It's like the Christian Bale Batman.
No, shut up.
unless there's any objections to this one, I think the bat is probably our best bet. Pete, Mal, what do you
How
guys
are you
think?
feeling, Pete?
I agree.
I
guess it's
also agree.
I'll do it.
All right, cool.
Does this course of action spark joy?
I believe it does.
That's amazing.
That's a good first step.
Can we have the address of the?
I give Peter a hug.
We will be taking this job. Would it be possible to know the address of the leather workers so that we can go and ask them for, specifics?
The specifics are here on this piece of paper.
Oh, cool.
And and the address is on there.
All right, cool. All right,
To the leather workers.
Well, let me read the paper first.
Or wipe.
Does it? Oh, okay. Got me off with a wipe again. All right, cool.
Yeah.
No, not again. It closes in on him and then opens up, and we're at the leather workers.
It's like when you erase a Super Mario 64 file. It's like, it's like you do kill a Pask when you do that, and another one takes his place.
Yeah.
Welcome to the
This is an alternate
multiverse.
timeline where we went there anyway.
Yeah, this is the multiverse.
You guys,
That's
You've killed 7 Pasks.
there's a Batman style wipe, and it's not Pask, it's Drang.
It's just like his character art.
Oh no! Peter immediately kills him.
Absolutely fair. Okay.
Toy, stop biting me.
So I was gonna read this over there, but then y'all just pulled me down the street. This has like a location
Okay.
of the
Okay.
bat. We don't need to. Okay. Now
Location
we're here.
where the bat is?
I think so. DM, does it have a location of where the bat is?
It doesn't have a location of like there's its home. It just says within like the east from Odessalo, there has been sightings of a large winged bat creature that they wish to have it for its skin.
How far is Odessalo?
Probably about a day's journey.
Okay.
Okay, so we go there, do this, come back, and bam.
Yeah.
Tusk Glove is right there.
Well, we do have to pay our union dues. I mean, our guild dues.
No, that's at the end of the.
That's at the end of the month, I think.
Yeah.
No, we
Like,
have
we'll
every
get 10% taken off, but like.
every time we get paid, we have to bring it back to the guild within 3 days of completing our.
We could also
Our
just
class.
ask the guild to like take some of that off. Like
don't
just
bargain.
do it
That's what they-
automatically.
Well, that's what they do, but we're the ones who are collecting the money.
So essentially, we're making 360 gold on this.
Deal. That's
Plus
fine.
the tax that they'll collect.
That's literally more than what we agreed to do in
Later.
the first place to figure out this whole thing. Yeah, we're good.
It happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have any questions for the leather worker guys, or was it literally just this information that's here?
Like, point us to where you
Does-
think it is.
Yeah, does Mal know anything about, like, giant bat creatures at all? Like, does that...
Make
Batman
Makes
Man
sense.
Bats?
make a
Giant man-bat.
Arcana check.
With
Here's hoping my
man-bat
rolls aren't as
advantage.
bad as last week's.
Hey, oh.
That's pretty freaking good. What's my Arcana?
-7.
-1, so 18.
18. There have been creatures that you've seen that take on wildly huge forms, and bats are one of them. Though they have, for you, a bat is a different creature entirely because you've seen weird, monstrous fey bats.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a picture in your head. You're not sure if it'll match up with their picture of a bat.
Do I remember what they would, like, eat?
For you, typically the fruit of the Feywild.
Okay.
Like just weird, magically infused fruits that grow within like the groves of the different areas of the Fey.
Okay.
They're particularly the bats you know are particularly like peaceful creatures, and they just they're just massively huge and kind of weird looking. So it can be kind of a turn off for anyone who's not from the Feywild.
Familiar. Yeah. As far as I know, bats like fruit. So maybe if we like make a trip to like a market and just get all their like ripest fruits, that's automatically like bait.
I mean, that's banking on the idea that it's a fruit bat. Don't get me wrong, good idea.
Might be vampire bat.
Might be a vampire bat.
And not to sound rude, but would you guys be bait then?
Probably.
Would
Why
you
would
be
that be
okay
rude?
with being bait, or should we get something else?
Occupational hazard.
Mr. Pask, you look like a very ripe blueberry.
I think it should be fine.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, you know what?
Me.
I can live with that.
And Vashti is a beautiful mango.
I'm a what?
A beautiful mango.
I was gonna say more of like a peach, but
Oh, that does work. I forgot about peaches.
I am a very, I am very cute. Yes. I think I like peach. Sorry, Peter, but peaches,
No, that's
peaches are
okay.
generally cute. Mangoes are weird and tough skin and have a big pit in the middle. I don't have a big pit in the middle.
Vince fully forgot that peaches existed when it came to warm colored fruit.
They're which colored fruit. Thank you.
should we head out?
Yeah.
Since or like, do we want to ask the
Yeah.
leather workers anything?
I mean, sure. We can see who found it in the first place.
Yeah, maybe just let them know that we're doing them a solid.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they already know someone's doing it. It's just a matter of like, hey, we need
That
more
we're the
information.
ones who are doing it.
Pay us, kind of.
You know what?
No.
Maybe building relations is a good idea.
It's a
Yeah,
get to know you kind of thing.
Yeah, because who knows? Maybe if we decide to like leave this guild, we'll still be like cool with the leather workers because we did it.
It wouldn't be
Favorite
the worst idea in the world to have a few people to vouch for us in this city.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
Yeah, because
to
so
the
far they
leather
don't-
workers.
No, they don't.
You guys, it's the quickest Batman symbol. It goes "Blit," because you guys are standing right there already.
Oh,
Nice.
sick.
Right. Oh, we killed another Pask for nothing.
Oh!
Alright.
Hello.
It's like there's like a second dead body on the ground. It's just another pass.
Oh, jeez.
Just like
You guys are really
throw it
going
under
for the
door or
Star Wars
something
today,
to, like,
huh?
hide the body.
My time in this mortal plane is limited, apparently. Jeez.
Apparently,
Alright.
250 years. Are there leather workers around? Is their shop open?
They are in there working currently.
Oh, perfect. Well, because then we can ask them where they last saw the weird man, Batman. Pick.
When you go in there and then ask, they go, "Oh, we haven't seen it.
Oh,
It's a rumor that we want."
Oh! Did the rumor come from the city that I'm looking at the note of? What was it again?
Like a specific direction.
East of blank?
Odessalo.
Oh,
I
Odessa.
wrote all this down for
Yes, I
Miss
know. I'm
Cortelli.
reading it. East of. Sorry, Odessalo. The rumor is from Odessalo itself?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
Awesome,
Let's go,
thank you.
baby. Let's go.
Okay.
I
It's
wanna-
a day's travel.
Yep.
I do want to stop and get like a sack of just ripe fruit.
Sure. A sack of ripe fruit. Pay a
Like,
gold.
this is like their- Gold for their shittiest fruit.
You said ripe. Ripe is good fruit.
Sorry,
No,
half
but like
right.
on its way out.
Oh, you want
Oh.
shitty fruit.
Yeah, like
We're
like
talking
fruit
about like
that's,
the bargain bin.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
fruit that like in a day will be too bad to eat.
Okay. So that's what
You-
you say when you want that kind of fruit, not
Sorry.
ripe fruit.
Well, like-
because
Sorry,
Wait,
overripe. I meant
Liam,
overripe.
Liam.
Because overripe fruit is like sweeter.
But Liam, it takes a day to get there.
Yeah, so it's gonna be like really ripe, like really
Oh, okay.
overripe by the time
And it
we
will
get
smell
It'll
very
smell.
ripe.
there. It'll be,
Smell
it'll be
like
more
a,
of like,
like a bat's dream.
yeah. So how much
Yeah.
for shit?
It's Cooper. The Cooper and Merce, I can't
Cooper.
tell.
Liv, how much for shitty fruit?
shitty fruit, 8 silver.
Okay.
Oh, that's-
Ooh.
Decent, but still expensive.
That's a fair bit of fruit.
How much fruit are you getting?
You said a sack,
Like
so you
a
get
like
a
a
fuck ton
sack
of fruit.
full.
Big old sack of fruit.
Yeah, you know.
Look at those
that?
melons.
What's
For a
that?
giant bat. For a giant bat, yeah.
The last melon.
Oh wow.
Ah, Sid.
Alright.
It's my fucking favorite scene in Ice Age.
All right.
I think about it daily.
So you guys get a sack of fruit.
Uh-huh.
And
Right.
yeah, you guys begin to travel up to Odessalo by the Amber. Are you guys gonna just cut through the forest, like the portion of the Pearlbow Wilderness, or do you guys
Yeah,
want to like
Yeah.
travel by
First
road?
option. Don't even want to hear the second
The
option. We're doing the
fastest
first-
way to get
uh,
there.
Oh,
We're gonna do the first
okay.
one.
Okay, so you
Option
guys
only, baby.
exit the gate. You guys exit the gate, turn a hard right, and head towards Odessalo on just like fucking plains.
Yeah. If we die, it's not like
Ignoring the Amber Road, just walk up that way.
So we don't want the road.
Don't want the
No.
road, apparently.
Sorry, if we die, it's not my fault.
I
Wait,
don't.
No, I think it is.
but the Amber Road is the long way around.
And we
Right.
want to be back in time to see Dusk.
We
I
have to be
how
back in
long-
time to see Tusk Club.
How
Also-
long?
4 days
Maybe
until
take this
Tusk
lady.
Love.
Okay, I need you guys to understand this. That's
Oh.
just when the first night of it being shown is.
Okay,
It
but
plays
opening
both
night
times.
is like
They
the
have a
best
show.
time.
They have a few show nights. It's a very popular story. They bought a
Can
few.
we
It's like
Past
900
opening night
gold.
is
probably.
always the night.
see it all more than once?
Yes. We'll have enough money to see it more than once. If we like it enough, we can go see it again. We'll do opening night,
This is a
and then
luck
we'll
check.
do closing night.
Closing night sounds fun. That's when like all the actors just say "fuck it."
No, closing night is
last
when it's the
show
best. And if you are bad when you're an actor on closing night, you get the switch.
What's the switch?
You
The
get whipped.
switchblade. No.
You get whipped? They whip
Yeah.
you? If you
Well, it's like a little like like a thing of reeds, and they smack you.
No,
my
that's
God.
not what.
Being an actor sounds hard.
A
Oh, show business is such a tough time.
lot of theatrics. A lot of politics.
Everyone's really
Yeah.
catty, and people are really mean.
I learned a
Somehow
lot.
And all bad.
Somehow
I-
everyone's trying to be your friend and your enemy.
Hmm. And they're really mean. They're
What
so mean.
what were you rolling over there, babe? I heard some dice rolling. What were you rolling?
Yeah, babe. What you doing, babe?
Nothing, don't worry about it.
Don't
Okay.
don't tell me Kai is sending assassins already. Because they
Probably.
overheard Mal.
Yeah.
I said his name once.
Yeah.
You
You
said
invoked
this
his
Kai
name.
nonsense.
You invoked
Yeah.
his name.
That's not enough for someone to be like, they're trying to kill me.
Take them out.
So, you guys
Kai.
are walking to Odessalo. Do you
Mhm.
guys want to roleplay anything before you, the first, the
Oh.
night kind of arrives?
Vashti is just talking about theater people and like actresses and stuff,
Sure.
and how being a crew member sucks.
How dare you say something absolutely so true?
Mal will
I love getting
essentially
shit on by actors.
Mal will recall stories of his friend in the Feywild named
Who's an
Luna.
actress?
Yeah. Well, she was super into theater, and she would perform plays for. She would essentially just perform for me and our other friend Gus when we just had like nothing to do, and I loved it. It
That's
was
so nice.
it was one of the greatest things to just see. So I'm glad they do it here. I can't wait to see it and then tell her how people here do it.
She would do it for free.
Yeah, she would mostly just do it for us. She'd some stories she'd create on her own. Some she'd hear from like other people.
Oh.
She'd if she felt really good about the story, she'd like make a little stage for herself, and Gus and I would help. But Gus was a little like begrudging about it, but I just loved it. I loved watching her.
That's so fun.
So
Yeah, I think it's a bit different here. Like we have maybe some people do what your friend Luna did. But here, like when there's theater productions, there's like the actors and the actresses, and then there's people who work behind and no one ever sees them, or they're not supposed to see them, and if they see them, then it's not good. So
do they get the reads if they see them? Like what you said, like the reads. Do they get the reads if you see them?
I think that was.
sometimes.
I
Oh
think
my
that was
God.
I think that was a joke. I don't think anyone actually. I mean, I don't. You're staring at me with awful intensity. I don't know.
That's not a joke, Pask.
You get readed?
I hope
Well,
I don't.
I was-
I hope I don't see anyone get readed. I feel
Hey,
like
hey,
that would
dungeon-
just kinda,
dungeon master.
ruin the whole tone of the play.
Yeah, what's up, dude?
From where Pask is from, what's the theater scene look like?
People get readed in Shoras.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't
Go ahead,
Yeah.
live me.
know.
No, to be
You-
fair though, I wasn't in a normal theater, so like, wasn't really a theater.
If you
What's
fuck
not
up
a
in-
normal theater?
If you fuck up in Jorhasian theater, they can remove your consequences.
We
Okay.
did special shows.
So make a history check.
Woof. 21.
Lots
Hey.
of religious theaters.
Hmm?
A lot of religious theater
Nice.
based around the Luxon.
It's like all those Bible kid plays that they make you do in like
Yeah.
Christian schools
It's
and
like
stuff. Yeah.
they do like the one that's like pretty popular is like Luxon Stone Superstar. Another one that's more for kids
Luxon in the many technicolored
is
Luxon.
Luxon in the many colored Luxon pieces.
There's a book, and it's called The Cool Teen Luxon Beacon.
Oh my goodness, yes.
But yeah, it's a lot of theater that is based in the idea of almost like Greek tellings of like diversity amongst the Kryn people, except it does not have the classic like Greek archetypes of like the hubris being the one fatal flaw. It always is in a guise of the Kryn rising up from the ashes in some way. Like it's always talking about them overcoming in some capacity. It's never there's very
haven't gotten-
rarely a time where you've heard or even seen a play that it does not end in like glory.
It's like it's such a sensitive topic that we're like, we don't want tragedy in this one.
It's whether it's the public doesn't want adversity in their story, or if they like the people who put on the plays are just assuming that about
Not-
people.
yeah.
It's just you don't see a lot of that. It's probably like off Broadway shit that you'd see that would dive into that stuff.
Mm.
And then, if something did make it onto like bigger station or like stages and stuff like that within the Empire, or sorry, the Kryn Dynasty, it would be like very quickly like bought out and then taken out. Like it'd be Beetlejuice the musical, where it was like everyone's trying to save it because it's saying something, and then they're like, no, we're gonna do Music Man with you, Jackman, and they like just kick it out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
While that
financial stance.
Interesting.
Sorry, Pete.
I was just gonna say, while they are having their conversation on theater and whatnot, every now and then Peter just goes into like the field of grass and just rolls around like a horse.
All right.
We have to stop every now and then. We're still talking
Just
about
like-
theater. Wow, he really put his whole body into that, huh?
He is so happy. This is amazing.
You think
This is a miracle.
Do you think he's like in tune with nature? I had known nothing about like druidic connections in Melora, but like, is this what it looks like?
Probably not.
He's trying to blow through a grass whistle
You're doing great, sweetie.
and breathe, so it doesn't work.
If it doesn't look like this, I don't think they're trying hard enough.
He's chasing his bliss. Look at him. You're doing great. Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
and he's out.
Is he sleeping?
Peter, tell me if you enjoy this, and I'm gonna grab him by the legs and then just start swinging him around in a circle.
Just like screaming. Whee! It's probably getting like weirdly high pitched too.
Oh no! Child soul in real life body.
Oh yeah, wait. I'm no longer confined to not use my magic. Right. Give me a minute. I'm just gonna prepare for the rest of this by casting mage armor on myself. I don't trust this. I don't trust this journey.
What you doing, Pask?
setting a small gravitational field around myself so that arrows try to hit me, they will be bounced off.
I try poking him.
I look at him very closely.
There's like, I don't know if there's a visual distinction, but if there is, I think it would be like a small like, you know when heat comes off of something, it's like a small distortion just around him.
Maybe if I go very slowly, like in
You can
Dune,
still-
you have to go really slow.
It is the little death.
And I go like with my hand, and I'm just like,
I mean, you can still hit me. It's just a small deterrent if something tries to hit me.
oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just
Fun.
one of the many ways you can use gravity.
All right.
Did you do something different with your hair today?
Hmm?
Did you do something different with your hair today?
Oh yeah, I was looking scruffy. I just scratched it.
Okay.
Give it a scrub.
Mal, did you do something different with your moss today?
Well, yeah, actually, I think sleeping outside by that tree, it's starting to like take on more of like this realm's moss.
Oh.
I kind of like it. Normally, like the moss is kind of like purpley and like bluish, but it's green.
It looks
That's
really cool.
Is
Green is
kinda weird.
green
is he sort of losing his more fantastical colors?
In some places,
Oh no.
Okay. Huh.
the
No.
jagged crystals, no, they remain what they were, like bluey,
Okay,
purpley,
okay, cool,
like
cool, cool.
pinky, greeny colors.
I was going to say,
Um,
Kristen, update the art.
But
No, I can't do this every time.
a lot of the foliage is starting to like change. It's more attuned to the area.
Huh.
So like,
Wow, you
there's a bud on one of his antennas that is no longer a flower. It's like an oak leaf that's starting to sprout.
Mal, are you like we've been talking about Peter being in touch with nature, but that's just more him as a person being in touch with nature. Look at him go. But you actually seem he's like fresh. You actually seem connected to nature. Do you have, how do I phrase this? I don't know. Do you have a druidic connection? Do you have a connection to a god of nature of some kind? You're looking at me like it's a no. It's so weird that I can tell your expression even though you don't have a mouth or nose or eyebrows.
Yeah.
Look at your little glowy things.
It's like I'm starting to get used to you emoting, and that in itself is impressive.
Yeah, no, no real connection to like any of that stuff you mentioned. I just, I think part of like this weird magic inside me that just is part of me, really connected with like the magic of the Feywild, and we're just kind of, they're just kind of one and the same thing. So I think it's just the leaves and the branches and the moss that just are part of my body.
Do you want to ask a dumb question?
Shoot, I love dumb questions.
What's gravity like in the Feywild?
It's pretty similar here in some places, but other places it's pretty fucked up. Like I once saw a wall that goes up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we like jump in it and just go.
I want to do that. We should go to the Feywild.
I would love to show you guys where I was raised.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah, where I was before here.
That's so cool.
Oh god, how do I get back home?
Oh,
That sounds like a problem for another day.
This is a little out of our magic range. We'll get there, buddy.
We will
Alright.
get there eventually.
Huh.
Past will
Okay.
get there. I don't think I can do that.
I can totally get there.
Awesome, Pat. I owe you one. I owe you one.
Don't expect this anytime soon. My studies are primarily on, dirt and
Yeah,
gravity.
no problem. I'm not in a rush.
Dirt and rocks. and soil.
Honestly, I'm kind of amazed that gravity is similar there. You know what? No, I did put out a paper saying that gravity was the one true constant of the universe. So you know what? It doesn't surprise me that it's very similar there.
Well, I mean, to be fair, there's still gravity, but it just does different things.
No, yeah, it just acts.
It does gravity wrong, or maybe it does gravity right, and it's just
Yeah,
wrong
maybe.
here.
Many things
Right.
seem wrong here. Anyway.
Oh? No. We can't just skim by that. Come on.
Oh no, people
what's
seem
bugging
weird.
you?
I just don't like the people here. They seem
Which
very
ones?
the ones who are like, I don't like you because of something that has nothing to do with you. I judge you based on the way you look. I mean, like, I don't know. Well, I mean, there are people like that in the Feywild, and I punched quite a few of them.
Oh.
But I feel like if I did that here,
You'd be in
be
some
like
serious
there.
doo-doo.
yeah.
Look,
So that I kind of don't like that.
Look, I can't speak on your guys' behalf, but there's people that are going to judge me around here for some decent reasons and some stupid reasons. And I have to take that on the chin. You don't have to deal with it.
You're a friend.
Yeah,
I'll
and I
deal
know
with
it's
it.
not the best attitude to have, but
If anyone fucks with you, I'll kick their ass.
that's all I ask. Welcome to the Empire.
People will definitely fuck with you in the Empire. Just saying.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a lovely day.
It is. It really
It's getting
is.
dark.
Oh.
Do you guys intend to push through the dark to get to Odeslo? Or
Oh.
do you want to camp?
I can keep my eyes open and keep an eye on us.
That's not how trance works.
I can't?
No.
We
No,
can.
I would need to sleep.
We can do that.
Trance is like a meditation. You like close your eyes and like sit there. It is a form of sleep for elves. But it is not like you are vigilant.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right.
It's okay. We can do that.
Oh, yeah, cool. I'm sorry. I thought I had my eyes open during that. I'm thinking Warforged. My bad.
I mean, we could all take turns.
Yeah, sure. I only need 4 hours, so I can do half.
I only need 6, I believe.
I think you also need 4, honestly.
6. At least 6 hours in inactive, motionless state.
Yeah.
Really? Huh.
Yep.
We can split
So
it up
we
between
are-
you two then if you want.
Okay. We are conscious, but that's it.
Where's your toy?
Yeah, no. Peter doesn't mind just chilling, just staying up if necessary.
Hey, if you guys want to overlap, I'm fine with the conversation.
I love sleeping.
We noticed
What does that mean?
that you enjoy sleeping like most beings of flesh and blood.
Oh,
I like it
okay.
too.
I
I
thought
slept
you
in
were
this
just
morning.
being. I thought you were just being weird about it. Okay.
What?
Nothing.
Peter's gonna start looking for a place near a nice tree to set up camp.
Sorry, my dog is getting mouthy at me.
No, we.
Let me pet you.
Go to your room.
You're such a bad girl. No. Excuse me. Don't you get mouthy with me.
No, it says yes.
Baby.
I
Yeah,
held
someone
my
says
hand-
I will.
I held my hand out for her toy, and she went. Her whole mouth around my hand. I was like, "That's not what I'm asking for. I'm asking for this noisy toy. Go get it." Okay, so you find a nice tree. Everyone gets together. Who is watching first?
Peter will probably just be like awake the entire night. Why not?
You want to push through?
Well, just like not awake, but like in that Sentry's rest state where
Okay,
I'm
sure.
conscious but not.
Motionless, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go next. Oh,
I'll
unless Mal
also
wants to.
probably just go sentry.
Okay.
I would like to go to sleep.
I would like to. I would like to get a bit of rest, and then wake myself up around. Probably, if I can time it, I want to catch at the tail end of Peter's watch, effectively, just so he can have a bit of overlap time.
if possible.
Okay.
Okay.
Make a Constitution check.
Oh man.
Whoa.
That is a 7.
You. So this is what happens at the tail end of Peter's 4 hours of rest. You don't wake up. And
I tried.
you, Peter, you realize that you don't necessarily need to be vigilant at this point because, there's others and everything. As you guys are all kind of going through, you hear in the distance.
Can I
Do we?
Make a perception check.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll also boot up.
Okay.
Oh shit. Okay, that's.
I'm just snoring on my side.
Holy shit. Okay. 26 from me. Rolled a 19.
Your eyes begin to pick out the shape in the darkness. A swarm of bats being led by a larger bat.
Man.
Batman. Is it coming towards us?
It is.
I nervously gut punch Bask.
What, dude?
You are winded.
I will start shaking Vashti to wake her up.
Oh, what is it, dude?
Man, bat.
There is a swarm of bats swarm around you guys all as it gets in. You guys are woken up by this massive swarm of rats. A giant bat comes in there. A giant bat comes in and is also swooping down there. And then you hear... There is a collision with the ground suddenly. And you see the giant bat has its neck snapped and severed and crushed between the jaws of a massive, hulking, muscled, kind of humanoid creature with bat wings coming out of its elbows and its wrist down its back. Clawed hands tear off the bat's body, throwing it to the side, and then... And that's where we'll leave it.
Okay.
I can't believe you gave us Batman and then immediately was like, but what if bigger bats?
But what if big
Batman, man, bat.
Batman.
You monster
Batman,
hunted us. You showed us the monster. You showed us a bigger monster eating that monster.
No, that's rad.
Now we got
That was
a
awesome.
The bigger monster.
That was a sick introduction.
Did everyone have fun?
Yeah, we had a really chatty session, but I
Role-play
had a lot of
session.
fun.
It was
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah,
silly.
baby.
And I'm here for it.
I'm getting a feel of how chaotic and non-caring this group is going to be, and I love it.
A little bit. I was thinking, I'm like, what's the worst thing that happens if we choose not to engage with Kai, our Sen, or our Ness, and just kind of keep doing jobs?
That's
I'm
kind of the thing. I don't think we're really bound to do the
that's
job.
You don't want your gold?
The worst thing that happens is that girl gets executed, but we don't know.
And that's so just
Exactly, that's what I mean, right?
Yeah.
No, that's bad.
And I mean, are we gonna be heroes, or are we just gonna be Are we?
They're
just,
not gonna
guys do.
credit us if we do anything.
Yeah, it's not like that old fucker back in Blumenthal's gonna be like, they didn't complete my job.
Ow!
He might, assuming he doesn't.
When
have
is
a
her
heart attack and
court
dies.
date, by the way?
Oh, if he
Hasn't
comes
been
after
said.
us, I'll kill him. I'll crush him.
We don't know.
Hasn't been
we-
said yet.
Okay, that's probably why it's not in my notes.
If it comes up, I'll passionately run into court and just be like, please don't do it, though.
I
It's
object.
like the ending of
Don't
Shrek
kill her!
1.
You'll
I
ruin the
object!
party!
Or it was
Like
probably the
3 minutes,
creepy-
3 minutes too late. Her head is already in the basket, and you run and hide.
I run in with the subpoena, and I'm just like, dude.
Mm.
Alrighty. Thank you all for watching the third very weird and kind of chaotic session of Tomes of the Multiverse, a tour into Exandria. We will be back hopefully next week.
New hats.
No. No hats.
Okay.
But until then, stay calm. Wear a mask. Be a coward. Wash your fucking gross, nasty little fucking hand thingy things.
Yes, coward.
Come on. And remember, a Nazi flag is not freedom. Take care, everyone. Have fun. Goodbye.